1 second.
Kevin doesn't like being here.
I'm getting it started. I gotta get hyped up. Carrie, sing the Rocky music so I can get hyped up.
You can do it. Your name is Rocky. You're beating everybody up because you're cool.
Trash to Cash Podcast, episode 140 or 39 or 38. How's it going? No one knows. No one's, of course, his internet dies right now.
Yeah.
This is the moment. Your internet died right then, Carrie.
This is high quality stuff. How do we have so many subscribers? I don't get it.
Seriously.
Hey, my wife is all caught up, y'all. This is monumental. She's caught up on the Trash to Cash podcast. She said the last podcast was awful. It was terrible.
Really?
Well, but she didn't get to see. She listens to it. You know, she doesn't watch the YouTube thing. She does the whatever spot. I don't know what she listens to it on. But she didn't get Carrie's inspiration. And so that must be why she thought it was terrible.
Yeah. Oh, because it was like in the middle of the episode? Well, did she listen to the secret episodes?
No. How was
she? Well, maybe she should.
You got to pay for a membership, Kevin.
Yeah, my wife knows.
You have plenty of. It's not like you're contributing to the membership. All this stuff we're.
Dawn is contributing $33 a month every month for 6 months.
That's all of the card sales I have every month is going back into the podcast. It's ridiculous.
Because he cares, Kevin, and that's the difference between Carrie and you. Is Kevin Carrie cares?
No.
Carrie cares? Care with Carrie?
Kevin's like one of those companies that buys like Red Lobster and then takes all the lobster money out of it and just leaves it.
I know. I've been seeing all these TikToks about these jerks that destroyed it. But to be fair, I never liked
Kevin's
Red
doing
Lobster.
that to the podcast just slowly. He's getting all the cash out.
Sucking all the life out of it, all the funny. He's sucking the funny out of the room every single week.
Listen, my wife loves the funny, and she loves the ripping on me, and she said it was just too much poop talk. That's what she said. Just saying.
Did we talk about poop last week? I don't even remember what we talked about. I have this amazing
butts a lot on the secret episode.
I have this amazing talent at completely forgetting the whole episode the minute we stop recording. So I never know what I said. I think it's kind of fun. It's actually it creates this effect where I can go listen to it and be like, oh, this is new and enjoyable to me. Like I can listen to our own show and I forgot everything we said.
I'm much better than I used to be. It used to be like 1 out of every 3 episodes I felt horrible afterwards. Now I hardly ever feel bad. Like I need to message Kevin and apologize or something.
Yeah, because usually I'm the perpetrator of the meanness. It's so funny though because we were super mean. It was this most recent one where we were super mean to Kevin, so I thought Heather would have liked it. Like Carrie felt bad after this last episode, and I thought we were gonna get torn apart in the comments, and the comments were "Oh, best episode
Nobody
ever."
Cares.
Yeah, a lot of people said best episode. Like really,
I'm just literally verbally abusing Kevin the whole time. I even felt guilty. That takes a lot.
Nobody cares. Everybody is pro punching up. Everybody's for it, but if you punch down like you're picking on somebody,
making fun of Carrie does not go over.
Yeah,
well.
It won't work. You guys can try, but people feel sorry for me. They feel sorry for me, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. So we did the secret episode. Kev, did you listen to the latest secret?
I have not got there yet. It was the one about butts. By the time this airs, what?
It was all about butts. It was NC-17 rated. Yeah. It was,
really?
It got Trash to Cash after dark.
Graphic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah,
we had some scientific questions a little bit more that we explored.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did you say scientific?
Yeah, there's some scientific talk. We talked about
I'm trying to remember what
could fit,
people,
why it could fit,
keystering. The comments on that were I'm keystering while I watch this. What were you saying, Kevin?
People enjoyed the psychology of the last episode, Carrie's Socratic method, and going through that. But all that was when I had left the podcast for a minute.
Kevin,
did you enjoy it? Kevin, why did you enjoy it?
Why did you enjoy it?
Very funny, Carrie. Very funny.
Tell us how you feel, Kevin. There's probably something repressed here that we can dig into. That's actually going to be the next secret episode. We're going to dig into Kevin's repressed memories.
Listen, if you watch...
We should try to get them out. Let's see if we can.
I used to... Well, you apparently didn't watch the episode where I mentioned the fact that one day I would talk about this period in my life, but I've never talked about it. So that would be a good episode to watch. But I think that's the method. The Socratic method is a very effective method in YouTube to constantly question your audience. Dave, you said at one time, I'm always saying, hey, tell me what you think in the comments, or what do you think when this happens?
Yeah.
I used to do it in my classroom.
Yeah.
It's a good way to engage.
I made up this other
is.
thing. Every question is a content suggestion. I made that up personally.
You made that up.
Yep.
That's right.
And
I think that was your buddy, Mike.
No,
who made
it
that
wasn't
up.
Mike. My best friend Mike. It wasn't him.
One of the most
told him
beautiful
to say
things
it.
I ever heard that really inspired and kind of sent me on my content journey was it was a band actually. They said it was Blue Babadee Babadoo Babadee Babadoo Babadee Babadoo.
That's right.
I'm
I
blue.
remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Exactly.
So, yeah, well, the secret episode, we didn't really talk about any reselling. We're talking about butts and movies and popcorn and
Movie
stuff like that.
butts.
So it was
Butts
really
on
Reselling
movies
fun.
and in movies.
I did not really sell anything today on eBay. eBay is dead
Really?
officially
You're
as of
supposed
today.
to not be sourcing. I was expecting like
Well,
Hey,
but
I'm doing
Kevin,
awesome.
here's the thing. I am trying to bide my time with my listings. I have a goal. I have a little secret goal. I haven't even talked about this on my Flipper channel yet. But my little secret goal is to list so much stuff into drafts that I can actually like maybe not list anything or edit. And I want to edit all my footage so I don't have to edit any picker or list anything for July. This is my goal.
What are you gonna do? Are you
I'm on a vacation.
Yeah, well, are you gonna be?
I'm gonna
Is that
go
when
up
you're
to
going
Connecticut
camping?
and see my brother. I'm gonna go camping. Like right now, it's only a 1 week trip camping, but I want to extend it to 2 weeks, or maybe 2.5 weeks, or 3 weeks, so I can go visit my brother and go up to
You
the
can
flea
do it,
market up
dude.
there. I think I
you
could.
totally can do it.
Like right now, I'm so consistent. Every morning I wake up, I edit a full picker video, which takes me about 3 hours. Right, every morning when I get up before like 6 a.m., I set my alarm. I get out there and I start editing, and then I go to listing, and I have to list at least 15 to 20. And I'm only publishing 10 a day. So that's kind of my method, right? Try to
then
list
you should do
15 to 20. Well, sometimes I have less time. I'm trying to, but...
Doing
you know.
what? You're not sourcing.
Well,
I see
I've
what you
also
send
been
me. You
making
send me
custom
these stupid
Facebook
links
videos every
all
day.
the time.
You
I've been
send me
making
like a
custom-
lot of
Yeah, I've
send
been
me a
making
lot of
custom Facebook
aggressive
videos.
pornography, which is weird because like I'm trying to work.
Carrie, you can't just change your cell phone name in my contact list to Dave and then send yourself that stuff and make it my
Oh, is that what
I know
I'm
it was
doing?
to like cover for yourself with Dawn, but she's not falling for it. No, so
I'm trying to
But
do
yeah.
I'm trying to do the draft thing too because what's his name? I want to call him T-Pain, but Tekken Sport. There we go. It's something with a T. It was something with a T. Tekken Sport said that, and I want to have 525 drafts by the time I go on my trip, which is like in 4.5 weeks.
So we're in the same zone. I want to get 500 drafts.
And you're
as well.
doing 10 a day. I am so far. I figured I needed to do 15.7 a day as of today, and so far I have 5 total done. So none of them are good either because I want anything that's good. I'm like I want to post it now. So I'm gonna have. I like to list when I'm on the road sometimes too. It gives me something to
that's
do. I
the
don't have to
math.
listen to Dawn yell at me about stuff. I can put the headphones in.
That's the actual math I need to do. I need to do, okay, so if I want to have 500 listings, then I need to list, I just did a calculator. In 30 days, I would need to do 16 listings a day, but I'm publishing 10 a day. So doesn't that mean but I don't need 500 at the end of it. I just need 500 starting now.
You need to get through a month. Is that what you want?
Pretty much, yeah. I want
And
almost a month of listings.
And
publishing
during that
10 a day. So I
month-
want 300 saved up by July 1st.
Okay, so you want 10 a day. Okay.
Yeah. So I think
Well,
if
then
I
what's
could do
difficult about that? It's
nothing.
June
I just
what?
have to do the math. I just have to do the math.
20. Yeah, okay.
So I need to do the math. So from June 9th until the end of June, how many do I need to list to get 300 plus 10 a day? So that's the math I need to sit down and do.
What are you listing currently a day? 10?
No, it's like 15 to 20, but then today...
No. What are you making live?
10
a day.
10 a day. 10
Oh,
a day.
well, then the math is super easy, Dave.
I wasn't
500.
teaching.
500 divided
That's
by
what
50.
I was thinking, yeah.
You need to... Wait, no, that doesn't make sense.
No,
500...
it would be 10. There's 21 days left this month,
Actually,
right? So 210 plus
500
30,
divided by 20.
510, I think.
500 divided by 20.
Yeah, okay.
You want
hearing
to cover the
numbers.
next 50 days.
I'm hearing several numbers. Go on.
You want to cover
25
the
a
next
day.
50 days, but you want to do all the work in 20
I heard a
days.
25
so
and a 50 and a 20. Yes.
50
Okay.
days, 10 a day is 500. So you need to get 500 into 20 days. So you just...
But I already have
what's
100
20 divi-
drafts.
What is
Oh, well,
happening?
shoot. Then you
So-
got to get 400 in the next 20 days. So
420.
20
I'm so
a day.
scared.
20 a day.
That is so scary. 20 a day.
20 a day.
Yeah,
That kinda
20 a
And
day.
make
intense.
10 of them live.
That got
But then
intense.
there's
I
days
blacked
like
out.
today where I didn't list anything because
there's
I was
no
with my
days
family
like
all
today.
day.
There's no days like
I'm
today.
single dadding. My wife's out of town. She's in Virginia.
No
and so my
excuses.
kids need attention.
You're gonna go dig ditches if you don't get it done.
You are. And you're gonna be
You're gonna
terrible
go
at it,
back
Dave.
to your terrible job if you don't get it done.
I was not digging ditches.
Emmy award-winning
ditch digger.
Ditch digger.
Dave the ditch digger.
Ooh, Dave the cable guy.
No,
Yeah,
you know. So
might
anyways,
go back to the
I don't
cable
know.
guy days.
I haven't put enough thought into it to actually plan it, Kevin. But I like your idea of actually planning it and figuring it out and doing the math and making it
I mean,
happen.
I'm doing the same thing. I'm taking a week off though, so it's not that big a deal. I almost haven't. I mean, I don't have enough now. I had 40 at the beginning of the weekend, and I'm down to like 8 that I haven't made live. So
see, I thought you were mostly just making videos of you walking into concerts recently. So it's good to see you've been listing and you've been doing other stuff.
Listen, I go to these concerts because I have to. It's not because I
you
want
like
to.
Morgan Wallen. You like Morgan Wallen.
If you
thought it was cool. That was somewhat topical singer. That was the first time you haven't. Tried to impress us by going and seeing the Everly Brothers or like
but see that's
some
the thing.
river bottom band from the 30s.
Beach Boys. That I'm excited about. I'm so excited about the Beach
Boys.
Boys.
You get to see one of them, Mike Love, and that's it, and Bruce.
Although
that's it.
There's a Dwight Yoakam and Mavericks one concert in Raleigh coming up. Maybe I should go see that. My wife would hate me though.
Dwight Yoakam. That's pretty wild. You're a Dwight Yoakam guy, I guess.
My Ring doorbell's not really working very well anymore.
Nobody cares.
We don't have a Ring doorbell. We know somebody's breaking in when they burst through the door.
Man.
Well, I do think that doing the Tekken method might actually be working. It might actually be generating more.
It only works
sales.
if you work it.
Is that how we get people to sub to our membership and Patreon? Is like have valuable information
Dave,
like that on
first
there?
of all, I don't. Tech's wonderful. I don't know that I would call this the Tekken method.
No, it's
not
the
like
Tekken method that Kevin's never told us. And I wonder
You're right.
why Kevin
is right.
Kevin's
right. It's
down.
the daily refinement method. Correct. You are correct.
Yes.
I'm just he just because somebody advocates for. I don't know. Maybe he did make it up. But
Rockstar flipper method.
Something like that.
Hey, he got a new Hyundai Sonata or something like that.
It's a 2024.
That's a weird flex, by the way.
Yeah. Guess what, guys? I got a Nissan Santa Fe, folks.
I got a, what is that cube-shaped one? The Edge? I can't remember. Yeah,
I forgot what it was
it's
called.
It's not the kind of car I'd get excited about. But you know,
if it was a PT Cruiser, then
all
I would
the
be
people with
flexing.
Hyundais are going to be. I owned a Sonata once, and it was like pretty okay, but
it's
it
like
did
mid-level.
Not last
It's
very
mid,
long.
as the kids would call
but
it. But
the finishes are fancy, right? So it's like it's not super. I hear negative things about the actual like.
I watched that video
interior,
allegedly.
like the engine. But
I want to emphasize the allegedness of what I'm about to say. It's very alleged, just in case I get any kind of litigation. Okay. I feel like he spun the fact that he is doing worse into that video because his wife went from a BMW, one of the highest end cars, an i8 I've heard is great. She went from that to a Hyundai. That's a step down.
I thought his was.
And she was trying. He was trying. Allegedly, was trying to convince us that was a step up.
But he did make sure we knew he still had the i8 in the garage.
He did. It was casual. I hardly even realized he was doing it.
This is not what this show is about.
No, it is exactly what this show is about.
What is the status?
We care about status symbols in this community. We don't care about what you're selling.
No,
for me, like
I don't care what you sell. I want to know what you
garage.
own.
It's the size of your garage, right?
No, the size of the tree in the backyard. That's the status symbol.
I saw like an amazing property, but it's like too far away. If Anna didn't do gymnastics, I would be bidding on this house right now because it's like it's got this enormous outbuilding. Like you could fit 2 RVs in this outbuilding. It's so big, and I fantasize about it sometimes. That's all I'm saying. It's huge. I'll see if I can show you. Hold on. Carrie, while we do that, do you want to go ahead and thank our Wealthy as a Kevin tier members?
Sure, yeah, I'd love to. I mean, we're going to start out with the first person I want to thank is Matt Williams, former San Francisco Giant player.
Dave,
who's one of our
tell
top...
him who they are. If you want
so he's one of our top Patreon members.
I always find it
also,
a little bit more fun.
Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam. Welcome to the Patreon.
Look.
We're really appreciative that you're here. I love a lot of your music. Some I don't, though.
Look at that building on the right there.
Good night, almighty.
Wouldn't that be amazing? It's huge.
Can I live in your garage? Can I live in that little garage?
That is like, I mean, dude, and it's like
Holy
it's expensive,
moly.
but it's not crazy. The problem is it's an hour away from gymnastics. But yeah, this is pretty awesome.
I have some friends looking at property down there in
send them
north.
This one. It's $4.95.
Like middle of the state, but north of you. You know, go towards Jacksonville. Take a left.
That's kind of what this is. Yeah.
I think you're kind of glossing over the fact that there's like a swamp right there, like right
gators
directly
in your
there
backyard.
Are gators. Dude, I guarantee you, there's gators everywhere. I don't trust that. I want a fence. What do you use for gator protection? Do you have like a gator stick on site?
Goes out and hunts them. Like she doesn't even she just literally will pull over her car and get as close as possible and start filming it.
I was watching.
Obsessed with gators.
Dawn decided to tell me about a python that ate a lady this week for some reason, and then apparently they can just eat you. They could just decide to choke you out and eat you. I've seen Anaconda, not Jennifer Lopez's best work, but yeah, I've seen it.
She doesn't have much better.
She doesn't really have any good work. But
Gem Flipper, thank you, Gem Flipper. Thank you, Who Ate My Chips and Buffing the Stuff and Craig McLaughlin and Biggs Collectibles and Alexandria Pickers and Jake Ryder and CJ Benz Finds and the Flipper Skipper and Lady Arbitrage. No Nose Pickers, Brian Sanford.
I feel like it's J Ride Arbitrage now. All he does is hang out at Walgreens all day.
Hold on. Mike Camparelli has joined the Get Motivated by American Arbitrage?
Yes, he sent me a very lovely message this week.
He sent me a message, too,
yeah, that's real.
He said I couldn't say anything, but like he did say some disparaging things about Kevin.
Gem Flipper upgraded, too. Your motivation got us some new motivators.
Me going full theater Saiyan
they
inspired some people. That's how we're going to make more money.
PaulsMerch.com,
I just have to go all in on theater carry.
You do. ABC Matt, Raise Heck Resell, and Logan Murky. So yes, thank you, new upgraders, and everyone who just supports our channel and our podcast. Because Kevin desperately wants to quit, and the higher we get that Patreon number, the longer this show will last, guys. We're desperate to keep the show alive.
The more work that you guys do, the better chance you got.
Yes, exactly. Me and Carrie are recording secret episodes just to try to convince you to give more money to Kevin.
Constantly trying to prove to Kevin that we're worth his friendship, and he's obviously not buying it.
It's difficult, guys.
I had a hard Stonehenge with Carrie this week.
We did. It inspired me, and I'm going up on my Facebook. I'm kind of a Facebook legend at this point.
Yeah, they've been popping up in my feed too.
That's good, man. I've been obliterating the Facebook thing. You gotta block me. Dude.
Underhanded comment there, Kevin. Just block him. It's not that hard. I blocked you ages ago.
I've had to block more people. I blocked more people this week than I bet I have in a month, and I don't even understand
YouTube?
Why. Yeah,
who?
It's because of all the.
It's these user accounts. It's probably the same person that comes back and
what are they saying?
It's because you're taking advantage of old people, or is it the stealing you're doing?
Anything critical they can find whatsoever, and then they put the comment, and then they keep watching the video, and they'll put another one like you should have bought this, and you're an idiot for this, and whatever, and then it's you should have given this person more, but it's clearly, I think it's clear anyway. Somebody's doing, it's just over and over and over and over.
I didn't put a comment, but I noticed in a video recently you were walking up to a yard sale and you stopped, and for like 15 seconds you just stood still, and I could have sworn I heard like a little like kind of thing, and I was like,
I thought it was a bold move not to edit out the part and actually emphasize it. I thought that was a good editing technique.
And then you were like, it's dripping down my leg, and you kept walking. I thought that was like folksy. I like that.
I like it, dude, because that's real. If you ever go garage selling, if Kevin will allow you to be on one of his videos, he constantly is sharding. It's annoying. You got to have a lot of bounty paper towels with you at all times.
Yeah, the triple thick ones.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Dave, the 301 is coming up, and I remembered a year ago right now, my back was hurting so bad I could barely film videos. I could barely hold the camera.
Like a Gramps.
And I feel like I'm young now.
Really? What have you been taking the
No, I've been hanging out
growth
with
hormones?
Huh?
Okay.
All these young
taking some
people.
Growth hormones.
Do you know why you might feel old? You have a Stonehenge shirt on, dude.
This was from my.
He was there. He got that during the setup.
that was a perk for building it. That's from the crew.
T-shirt. Thanks for your labor.
My mom and dad went there on their 50th anniversary. They took cruise, cross 30-day cruise, and she brought this back, and I said I would.
But why? It's literally just rocks.
No. Yeah, I tell people I've been to Stonehenge before, and it is the most it is literally rocks. I understand there's history, but you could read about that on Wikipedia. You don't have to be 17 feet from it just to say, look at the rock.
Well, that could apply to everything. It's like the Grand Canyon.
That's why one of my favorite shows is An Idiot Abroad, because he literally gets sent to all these places and just says, well, that's not that
The Mona Lisa is this big. That big, Mona Lisa.
Oh my gosh,
and there's 17,000 people in the room, and then you look at it and you go, well, that wasn't worth it.
There's that Andy
Leonardo
Samberg
da Vinci
song
is
about
full
the
of
Mona
crap.
Lisa. The Mona Lisa is an overrated piece of crap. It's like literally a song by Andy Samberg. It's really good.
Yeah, see, we're not alone. We're not alone. Millennials
He actually,
agree.
in the chorus, he says, she looked like a Garbage Pail Kid. Speaking of which, I sold some Garbage Pail Kids over on Dibdit. Reselling.
Yes,
Woo,
you did.
tie-in.
Reselling. Dibdit.com, America's favorite place to buy and sell.
Guys, we really need people who are bad with money, huge collectors, and want to blow the inheritance
Yes,
money before
blow the
their
inheritance
kids get
at
it.
Dibdit.com.
Like my parents, really. I mean, honestly, let's be real. They're
That
doing the same
reminds
thing.
me. Did you see our buddy over there, Retro Toy Envy? Did you see his video about the gold, silver stuff he found, the Tiffany silver? Did you see that? You should really watch this.
I saw the thumbnail where his face was like half of it, and he just looked very surprised. I did watch the opening of it.
Is he the one that owns the video game store and his account got hacked?
No.
That's Retro Rick.
Retro, okay.
Yeah,
There's a lot of retro
he loves. I love watching his stuff because he does toys and stuff and whatever. But he also does jewelry, and I like watching his jewelry content. And he found a Tiffany bracelet. But this guy was at a yard sale, this older gentleman, and he was taking. He had all this sterling, whatever it was. He was selling it at weight. Which
I've been to some of those. They do that to the flea market.
Look
all
at
the
how
time.
he has mastered thumbnails. First off, this is doing pretty good for him, so I'm happy for him. He's a great dude. But look at this thumbnail.
Carrie seems
Oh
jealous.
shoot, sorry.
works at a school, by the way, so I feel for him.
He's a teacher, but look at that thumbnail.
Yeah,
Look at how intense
nice.
that is. That's how all our thumbnails need to be.
I
but
should
Like,
try
we're
one of those. I
on-
feel like
we're
those
on
don't
drugs.
play anymore, though. Those
I
don't
feel like
actually
that
work
is kind of like
anymore.
old school YouTube.
Yeah,
We need like
I should try one, but I don't think it'll.
What
do
you
it.
need to do is just be like in sort of like an unrealistic kind of like storage room with just a bunch of junk in the background, and then just look stern at the camera, have it at an angle, and have just regular script that is very, very vague, and you don't know what threat it is, but it's a threat. That's what
Honestly,
you need.
he did a video with by the weight jewelry like a year and a half ago. Is it the same one?
no,
Or
I
is
don't
it
think
happened
this is
again?
Done something. So I don't know. Maybe he's redone it, but I doubt it. So this guy's selling them this stuff, and a lot of stuff, jewelry or silverware, is worth more than the weight value. And so he picks up this. He's got a Tiffany sterling bracelet that's worth hundreds.
I don't even know her.
And he weighs
No clue
it and
who
then
she
takes
is.
the money. And I haven't watched the video, but I saw the post that he did, and apparently
You'd
the
almost think
family
you have to watch the
contacted him.
video.
Yeah, I love that we're getting a breakdown from someone who didn't even watch it.
Well,
Okay, the family contacted him. What did they say? You screwed our grandpa or whatever?
Yeah. Like, hey,
Oh, I did see that
this is
post, yeah.
And
So,
so
Go
yes.
on. So what happens next in the video, Kev?
I haven't watched the video.
Wow, man.
I read.
Should we just stream it right here so we can figure out
would
the
just
story?
watch it.
Or...
We could do a live reaction.
Video. See, this is what Dave would do. He
Let's
would
live
see
react.
that,
We
and
can
he
do
would
that, right,
go and
legally?
watch that video, so he could find out what the heck happened. But me, I turn it off and I get back to editing, or I get back to listing, or making a video or something. So I don't have ADHD.
I just go to like looking through cards.
Oh, thank
and that's it. I just kind of fade off.
Hold on. I'm
What are
gonna
we-
ask ChatGPT. Sorry.
Ask,
About what the
Did
video's
he
about?
give
I'd
back
ask
the
Bard,
jewelry?
so you don't
he
get
didn't
the
give
right
back
answer.
Money, come on. He didn't.
I'm gonna
get that.
ask
He was
right now.
buying
Yeah,
it by
that's
weight.
that's what Kevin would do, but maybe he's better. Maybe he's a better man.
Well,
You know what I
listen.
mean?
Okay, so I know someone who that happened to, and I won't say their name because I don't want to get them in trouble. But basically, they bought a collection, and the collection was ephemera, and they started. It wasn't like in a YouTube video or anything, but they went and they listed it all. It ended up being very valuable ephemera because it was like a famous person, and so they're listing it and they're auctioning it off, and it's selling for a lot of money. They get contacted by the person who sold it to them, and the person says, "We weren't selling that. You tricked us into selling that. You need to give it back. We're calling our lawyer," et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They sent them like a cease and desist and all that other stuff. And
A lawyer sent him a cease and desist?
They got a lawyer to send them a cease and desist. Probably Saul from Breaking Bad,
If-
would be my guess.
Anything for $1. Those kind.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, so they kind of just laid low. They stopped responding to the lady. They laid low for like a year and then sold it, and then it just kind of went away.
Yeah, because it's on video.
Yeah.
You bought it, right? It's on
Yeah.
the video, and the person bought it.
Yeah, exactly.
What kind of lawsuit is there in that? No way.
So okay, you know what? I bet in that video of Retro Toy Envy, I keep wanting to say Retro.
I love that we're just assuming what the
He
video is
probably didn't actually have the family contacting him during that video, did he?
No, this is after
during the video.
They saw the video. So did he do another video follow-up saying that the family contacted him? How do you know this, Kevin?
Because he posted it on
He did
Instagram.
an Instagram post, dude. Where have you been?
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I didn't understand that part. I'm a little slow, guys. Sorry. Okay. So ChatGPT is not gonna be able to help me if it's not in the actual video. So I'm glad I didn't watch it, Kevin. But no, I see people all the time at the flea market selling by the ounce. I should buy that stuff?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Well, isn't the premise with like his videos is
junk silver?
Well, isn't his premise a lot of times is it's the brand? So he was selling it for junk value, but it was Tiffany, so it's going to get a premium because of.
But
the
he
brand.
had tiny little baby teaspoon things and stuff that have better value than the actual spot. Look, there's people that do this on eBay. They'll go on and buy junk lots of silver, and a lot of that stuff in there's not junk.
Well, okay, so I literally just edited some Webster footage, Carrie. You were there. We went by a booth where a guy was selling silver by the pound, and he said, by the gram, and he said $1.50 a gram. And so I went and looked up silver, and that's not the spot price. That's over the spot price by like 50 cents. And so in that case, you almost have to find a good brand to actually go on it.
Well,
right?
Did you look up the spot price
on that day
while you were editing the video, or that day?
2 months later.
It does fluctuate.
Yeah,
it does fluctuate.
Does it fluctuate 50 cents, though, in 2 months?
It
Probably
fluctuates
not
pretty
typically,
good.
but yeah.
But no.
When I started my auction house, when I was doing my auction house back in the day, like 7, 8, 9 years ago, silver was insane. Like silver, I think it had got almost up to $50 an ounce. And when I was selling a lot of it, it was like at 34, 35.
50
and it's
an
gone
ounce?
down. Yeah, it's down to like 22.
Okay.
That's for his cocaine, just a scale. I think he's just showing us. It's for the meth.
Speaking of meth, I finished Breaking Bad. I know everyone cares. Everyone's very invested.
Yeah, we're on. We want to know your experience. They wanted you to finish. They were upset that you were going to stop.
I finished the whole
Now, are
thing.
you doing Better Call Saul? Are you going to go all in?
I don't know. I might. It's
you
really just not my
El
type
Camino
of show.
Too.
It's not. I watched half of El Camino. That's really dumb. It's not really my type of show, honestly. I had to watch the whole thing, 5 seasons worth, to decide I don't really like it that much.
Did you ever end up? Did you download Final Fantasy VII?
Yes, that I played for like 2 hours. Yeah, I played that. That's fun. That was my favorite game growing up, and they made like a remake of it for the PS5.
I sold something from Webster's.
The problem is I can't play it until like I'm out of energy to work. So I started at like 10:30 last night, and.
I love that you just totally
ignored.
I like it.
Well, he was changing the topic from the more important Final Fantasy topic.
No, from the very less important.
Cloud is awesome, and so is Barrett. And is it Barrett? Yeah, Barrett.
You limit the audience because people like me have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, but dude, I'm trying to get Froggy Flips and Pro Picker and all
Flips,
the gamers.
Dude. How about some 1980s horror stuff? What's the dude with the needles in his head? Needlehead? Needle pins?
Pin razor.
Pinhead. I love him.
Nipples. Kevin, what did you say? You sold something what?
Yeah, I sold something I paid $30 for
make it interesting when
Johnny
you say it.
West Mike Hazard action figure 1960s and sold for $80. So that's I was learning the Dave method here. It's hard for me to pay up, but
you paid 30. So that's a decent one. How long did it take?
Are very popular. Yes.
I don't know, when was I there? January?
Well, listen, Carrie, a lot of Mark's toys are worth like $7. They're not great.
Well, this has a bunch of accessories and stuff.
Yeah, they can.
The Johnny West stuff. The Johnny West stuff. If you have the full outfits, if you have the weapons, stuff like that, they could go for good money for sure.
Yeah,
I've been paying up a lot lately.
Really?
I don't like it.
We've noticed. Yeah,
I make money, but
you know what it is. So I've got into this thing where I was buying a lot of purses, right? And I've been buying a lot of purses. And when you comp out purses, the comps are good, but I'm having a lot of trouble getting them to actually sell on eBay. So am I pricing them wrong or photographing them wrong, or do they just all have slow sell through? Like,
just hold them up.
Check the sell
Dave,
through, or do you just check the price?
Hold them up here in the picture, Dave, to your cleavage, and then I bet you they'll sell.
Who has time to check the sell through when you're at a yard sale? I mean, let's be serious. You know, you just buy it and you figure it out.
It's not that hard, Dave. Do you have your phone set to go automatically to the solds?
It doesn't do that with Android, as far as I can tell.
How do you check? I don't honestly know how to check sell through though, because it doesn't ever give me the number of listings for me to be able to compute.
Yes, it does.
It does? I don't know.
Are you using the picture thing?
I don't know what I'm using, but
if you
I just
type it
in. I type it in.
Where's Tekken? We need someone who knows stuff.
If you type it in and look at the bottom, it'll tell you how.
Oh, at the bottom. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong spot.
Look at the bottom, and then when you go to sold, it'll tell you at the bottom how many are sold, and you don't have to do a computation.
If I give you both of those numbers, if I text them to you, will you do the computation for me?
Honestly, Kevin, the bigger problem is, okay, so there's two things. First of all, I'm not generally comping a purse that's a good brand that I believe is real and that they're selling for $5.
Yeah, $5 you don't need to comp. Right? There's no reason to.
And the problem I end up having is when I get home, Michael Kors purse. Like, you use Google Lens, and every one that you find is Michael Kors purse brown, and it's like, that's not specific. There's no like model number.
Tons of variation.
I might be listing them slightly wrong because I don't know what a crossbody is versus a. Hey, any purse professional, feel free to go look at my purses.
Crossbody
and
is like going to have the longer. It's going to have the longer strap to go across your body, Dave.
Message me on each one and say, hey, this is a crossbody. Hey, this is a butt carry. I don't know. Whatever purses are. What am I? I'm sure all my listings are wrong, and this is why they're not selling. And
I think you're probably right. You're probably right.
You need somebody. You need somebody like the Bear Lady to come in and tell you what you're doing wrong.
It's always helpful when you're doing person, even something like Vera Bradley. I used to never pick it up because it was so hard to sell, and then the whole Google Lens thing or whatever, and then you could get that pattern name in there without having to search. And that pattern name really, really helps because people go on and look for a specific pattern on it. And so those kind of things really help. And the type of purse it is.
That would be good to know. I mean, but people do worse than me, I'll say sometimes. But not really. Like, I've had so many errors in the last week. It's insane. But 100%. I went to go comp a power charger for like a little jazzy scooter, like a mobile scooter. And I go to comp a power supply, and there's one listed for $20, but it's listed as a Michael Kors handbag. But then I look at the solds, and there's solds for $50 that are not listed as Michael Kors handbags. So it can, if you list something wrong, it can affect your sell-through and your value. And so obviously that's not a Michael Kors purse. But yeah, 100%. I thought that was interesting.
Get out of
I would buy the Michael Kors one because I feel like you're going to get a good deal. But people just are a little confused by that, maybe. Like, I don't know if this Michael Kors power supply is going to work with my mobile scooter.
Maybe they thought Michael Kors was doing a collab with the battery.
Well, I bought that thing and I paid $75 for it, and I pull it off my van and I break the seat off. Yeah. And so now I've got this stupid mobile scooter that works, but it's missing half the seat. And I'm just like, does anyone want this? Like, what do I do with it? I can sell the power supply for $50. And then just put the thing on the curb. That's true. I could look. Yeah, maybe I can sell the basket. Maybe I'll just part it out.
There are tons of stuff on those scooters that part out.
Okay. You could part out all sorts of stuff. Just
Uncle Steve, the little remote. Uncle Steve's parted those out a lot. You can part out the remote piece to it. There, little thing that you
the key.
Around.
I bet maybe the key probably parts out too.
Maybe
because that probably would start another one.
Handles.
That's a good idea. I think I'll do that since it's broken. I'll just part it out. I just got to get my $75 back.
I sold some right around in it for a while last year, Dave.
Remember that kids have been riding it all over the neighborhood. What, Kevin?
We were at the sale at the 301 where you asked the price on a Cabbage Patch Kid and it was $10, and then I asked the price and it was $2.
Yes.
I got a G.I. Joe official identification guide there for a couple of bucks, and I sold that this week. $2.
How much you get?
Almost a year later, $20 plus shipping. Nothing amazing.
Well, that's actually the problem I'm running into here is that stuff doesn't sell as fast as you list it. And so I'm running out of space because I'm listing everything now. And so all my unlisted shelves, like, I'm going to have to convert them to listed soon at this point.
How about a 30% off of everything past 250 days?
It could work, but I feel like I just unlisted and relisted stuff pretty recently, like in March or something. So it might be a little bit skewed. I don't know. I mean, I guess all that stuff could use a big sale.
I've had a lot of old stuff lately. A lot of times it's the new stuff you list, but it's a perfect mix. Like 1 out of every 3 is something that's months and months old.
You're really good at this.
You're amazing, Kevin. Yeah, listen, ever since
you're really good at it.
I have had like consistent eBay sales for like ever since I started doing this thing, and I have not
ever since you started listing stuff.
Since I started doing the draft method, the Tekken method, the day we had him on.
Well, you just said yourself today was slow. You didn't list.
That's what I'm saying. No, well,
but you were doing good, and today is the day that stops, and you go back to old Dave.
I haven't actually listed every day, but I've published drafts every day. So what I'm saying is, since I started publishing drafts daily, I've been getting a decent, steady.
Dude,
that's
mind blowing. So what you're telling me is if you put stuff on eBay consistently, you're going to get more sales consistent. Dude,
the
that's
sales
wild.
will be more consistent, but not. I don't know if they're necessarily more sales. They're just more consistent sales. That's the question.
How many
that's true.
sales
Yeah,
have
maybe
had
you
this
post
week? You
50
can
in one
look
day
at
and get a
that,
bunch of
Dave.
sales in the week.
I can look
it's
at
that
that,
hard.
but there's not every month where I get an insane Snap-on tool haul.
Yeah,
So it's skewing
true.
the numbers a little
Yeah,
bit,
that's
you know.
true.
So that's what
true.
you'd have to list the same exact.
And since you're not
items
sourcing, then
multiple
you're not
months in
going
a
to get
row.
another insane. So,
Doesn't
but
matter.
you know what you're going to do? Your bottom line's going to be better because you're not spending money and you're
Yeah.
only making money.
Yeah.
dude.
Well, I'm gonna list. One of my
Economics,
goals,
man.
Kevin, is to list vacuums and vacuum parts. So
Oh, you got some, dude, in that freaking
I
storage
have 3
thing.
in here and 4 or 5 in my container.
That
I
was
gotta
wild.
finally
You
list
have
those.
like some legitimately good stuff, and I would be doing the same thing. I would buy a vacuum because it's a good deal and never list it and
'Cause
give
I
it
don't
away.
want
Dude,
to.
Because
but
I don't
know
want.
it's-
I don't want to list that either at all.
Yeah.
I sold a $350 vacuum and a $250 vacuum in 3 days.
That really sucks.
Zero interest. I'd rather sell cards. 100%.
$65
all
in
day.
the both total.
Wow,
It's
you're
good
amazing.
stuff.
You're really
How
good
come
at
when
this.
you say
Hard to
something,
say.
I
Kevin,
don't-
you're
I
good
don't
at this.
criticize you.
No,
I didn't
you're good at
criticize
this,
you. I said
Kevin.
you're amazing, and Carrie
You're
said
amazing.
you're
that
just
was
You're
a
doing a
supporting
great
us.
job,
You're
Kevin.
amazing. Say it again
Kevin,
like you mean it.
you need to learn how
Say
to
my
take a
name.
compliment, dude. You're doing great. You're doing really good.
I don't know, Kevin. It's just like it's less braggy
You're so
than me, but
pompous about
because you're
everything.
saying it and you're already so much more successful, it just comes across
It's
wrong.
like
It's
like when the
a
king-
millionaire saying, "Oh, I made more money than you." Today.
Yeah, it's
We
like
know.
when the king comes out and all the plebeians are down there
How come
just
you didn't do
begging
this
for
to
crumbs,
Tech?
and he's talking about how good the cake tasted. We don't.
Tech's
We
way
can't
more
relate.
successful than any of us, and
Yeah,
you're
but
not
he's
ripping
relatable.
him.
He's relatable.
but
he
he
wears the
didn't-
same
you rip
clothes and
everybody.
hats all the
He
time.
wasn't nearly as condescending. He was just
Yeah,
mean.
he was very
There's a
open.
difference.
Condescending. He told you that neither one of you are worth his
No,
time and
that's
effort
blunt.
and employ.
That's
true.
blunt, not condescending. You're like sneaky condescending.
You mean
You're
like when you say
you're like
stuff, that's what
sliding
you
in
want to
the
be
Passive
saying. You
condescending.
mean to
Yeah.
be saying that, but you're saying other stuff. You're saying fluff
Tekken
words.
gave us what we deserved. Let's
Gotcha.
be real. Yeah.
All right,
you,
I'll try to do more of that.
The problem is you associate on our level. Like you're supposed to hang out with who you want to be, and you're really hanging out with the wrong people.
Yeah,
like you should be
know.
hanging out with Tekken.
You
and
should be
Breaking
hanging
Profit.
out with
I don't want
Grant
that. That's not what I want.
Cardone, people like that.
Dude, can I tell you,
Gotta
like,
10x everything, man.
I don't know what we're gonna call it, Carrie, but I so desperately want to do a storage unit channel with
Storage
you when you get here.
daddies.
I don't know what. I wouldn't say that, especially where people could steal the name. But I guess we're gonna not use that
Okay, yeah, we will not use
because
that.
that's
Well,
gone.
we've
now.
already talked
We'll
about it,
find
I
something
thought.
else.
Haven't we talked
never
about
said
it?
the name. We never said the
Oh,
name.
crap. Well, just
That's
bleep
all right.
it out.
Nah, I don't really like it
Storage
anyways. It's a little
stooges.
too erotic. I don't know.
Well, no, I think we should definitely focus on the erotic nature of storage units.
But Carrie,
think
I
that's-
really like. Listen,
Depends on the one you
my
find,
big
right?
thing is I want to
Exactly.
do a storage unit channel where we can actually go to the thing and like raise our hands.
Yes.
like that's what I want to find. I think that.
Well,
would be
I
so
think
much
they're
more
out there,
fun
and
than
the
this
thing is, I
online
think what'll be
nonsense.
great is how much we suck at it. Because like we're gonna overpay. I'm gonna not want to touch anything in that unit at all. If there's a hint of mouse poop, I'm gonna
Yeah,
have
there
to
will
go to the
definitely be
hospital.
roaches and mouse poop.
All
And
right.
me and Don will be making
So
fun of you.
You
This
need
is
to
my
call
dream
in
channel.
the expert when you're done. You need to
Oh,
call
yeah,
in.
Dave
the
Hester.
Call in. No, call
We
in
should just
Dawn.
call Dawn.
I
Call in
like
Dawn,
that.
and she'll be like, because you know Dawn's going to end up being the one doing all this work. There's no way you
true.
two clowns are moving furniture from the 1970s. You want to? What
did
are
it
you
for
going to do with all
years.
that crap?
Listen, I've got my. This is why I need to clear my shipping container. Because once that clears, that can be our dropping station, right? We get the unit.
We need
bring
to
it to my
fill up your
shipping
dad's
container.
airport hangar
So
or
it
whatever
can
the heck
sit
that
there.
building is.
No, and then we do
Dude,
auctions,
no.
live
No,
auctions on DibDib
bad
right
idea.
after that.
Okay, so what are you going to do? Bring the furniture and the washing
No,
and
that
washer
stuff,
and dryer
no,
home?
No, no,
That stuff
There's
will-
plenty of hobos on the corners. We're gonna give them couches.
We
to
could
sit
give
on.
away. Back in
We're
the
gonna
day when
provide
we
them with
had-
couches.
You need to have a plan. This is
We're gonna
not
be
as
like, "Here."
simple as people make it look.
Dude, that's a whole nother TikTok here. You know, people walk up and they're like, "Hey, can I have $1?" And then when the homeless person gives them $1, they say, "Here's $100." We
Yeah.
do, "Hey, can I have $1?" They give us $1. We give them a bed or a mattress.
It's like,
Here you go.
"This is
has a lot
worth
of pee stains,
$300.
but it's better than the ground.
And then we just run off. Like we don't stay. We don't stay to.
You need to have a system. Before you buy your first storage unit, you need to have somebody who already wants to come and get all the furniture. Somebody who already
That would
wants
make
to get
it
the
far less.
appliances.
We don't want to do a real good storage. We want to be two idiots abroad doing storage units.
There's your channel.
That is
Two
really
idiots
what
abroad.
it is. Yeah.
Abroad. Two
That's
idiots
exactly
in a
it.
unit. Yeah,
No, I love
like
that though. With like, we could do those TikToks where we leave the stuff with them because I know a lot about law and stuff. Possession is 9/10 of the law, so they
That's
own
right.
it.
That's science.
At that point,
Carrie
you're
said
not
something
doing
about
anything
being
wrong.
a eunuch. Where did I see you talking about being a eunuch? It
Yeah.
could be
Everyone wants
units
that.
I don't
and
like to
eunuchs.
talk about the fact that I'm a eunuch, but thank you for bringing it up in the podcast. It's
It was a
something that's
Mormon
personal.
thing. You had to do it. It was a requirement.
It was a
Units
thing.
and
Okay, I have a
eunuchs.
beautiful
He
voice
did
because of
parking
that. I
one too
sing
many
perfect
times.
soprano.
How about
my
call
soprano
somebody
is
and
great.
talk
Oh,
to
I
somebody
remember
who does
now.
storage
In the
units?
secret episode, I know someone who does storage units. A friend of mine, Kaylin, and she said she'd help me once I start getting into it. So I can talk to her. Carrie, you met her. We went to her ship.
Oh, yeah.
Her
It's
storage
gonna.
unit.
I guarantee this. It's gonna be a big waste of money and time, but it might be an entertaining channel.
Yes,
We
yes.
could get into it if we wanted to take it serious. We're just playing around with Kevin.
But you need to get down here so we can do it. I mean, I'm not.
I
starting
want to
to
get down there.
You'll be selling at the Webster. That's what
Dude,
you'll be doing.
whatever. I'll go to the Port Orange flea market. I'll sell it all there.
We're gonna slowly evolve into the guys who are at the Webster.
Dude, I love that.
We may
Like,
or may not be on meth. Nobody knows, but we're
possible.
gonna be super hyper and selling stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I do. I think it would be so fun. I don't know how I'll fit it into my schedule, but I've got to make it happen because I think it's going to be fun. I think me and Carrie trying to navigate that world would be just so entertaining for everyone else. Maybe not for you and I.
I just
It's
want to know
it's
how
a
the
niche
finances
audience.
are going to work. That's what I want to know.
Kevin always wonders about the finances, but it's just as same as always, Kevin. You'll get all our money.
Yes,
do
you will
anything.
receive the profits until we pay off whatever debt you think we've accumulated.
We're like the what is it? The kid.
I
from
got
Willy
one
Wonka.
freaking shout out on a YouTube video like 2 years ago. I'm still in debt for that. Apparently. Jeez, I didn't even get any followers, and they're all older dead now anyway, so they weren't that helpful.
Exactly. Yeah. No, Kevin, we'll figure out the finances. I will probably do most of the work. And then Carrie will somehow get half of the money. That's literally how it's gonna work.
Did you not see the motivation? That's my talent. Okay, I'm coming in here bringing sexy back, I'm also bringing funny back. And
Here's
then
why
you
I think
guys
it
do the
works.
hard part.
Here's why I think it works. Because I think Dawn, the fact that Carrie's going to do almost nothing other than be on-screen talent, Dawn will be the one who works as hard as me. And so I think
work hard. Maybe I'll work hard. Maybe I'll surprise you.
Me and Dawn will do equal amounts of work.
I like
and then
that
we'll
you
split the
don't
money
believe in me at
50-50.
all. You don't believe in me at all.
And Carrie, she might throw Carrie a 20 now and then, but me and Dawn will be splitting the money 50-50 for everything. For the sales. We're going to have to create a new business. There's no way around it. We're going to need to create an LLC or something like that.
Yeah.
And
there's ways around it. You don't have to do that.
Hey, speaking of finances and money, can you write off your insurance premium as an S corp? Nerd stuff.
Nerd stuff.
I do.
Okay. I feel like you should be able to because it's an expense.
I write a check
your
to myself
employee
from the LLC every month for my insurance.
Do you have to do a check? Because my thing doesn't have checkbooks.
No. You don't
Okay,
have
it
to.
could be just a draw or something.
Yeah.
And then you say, because you're basically buying your employee insurance, right? That
Correct.
seems like mathematically would make sense. That makes the insurance less painful of a blow,
Yes.
you know? Because when you write it off, Carrie, it becomes free. That's how accounting works.
Yes.
That's how it
It's
works.
true. 100% sure.
What
What was that from? That was from a TV show, right? About writing stuff off or whatever. I forgot what show that was.
Arrested Development or
Office.
something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, yeah, The Office. Yeah. Oh, I declare bankruptcy.
I declare bankruptcy.
Listen, every now and then we got to get a little real. Like, I'm shopping for health insurance right now, and it is some bull crap. It is.
Dude, why
like,
don't you
just
call me
ridiculous.
when you do this stuff?
Because I know what you use. You told me already.
And you don't want to do it?
No, because like from what I
dumb.
understand, they have a
There,
new
that
thing
was
this year.
Straightforward.
You should look
You're
into
dumb.
this. You should look into this. But
Okay.
from what I understand, their new terms of service this year may not cover sports injuries, organized sports injuries, which is a big deal for someone with a kid in gymnastics. And so
if
I was
you
looking
have
at that.
the rider thing that they give onto it, that may not be. That may be a separate thing. I'll look
Maybe,
into it. They
yeah.
don't
You
care.
should look
Don't
into
worry.
that. Just
I need to
tell
look,
me if
too.
that's the case. But
Because
Okay,
I'm
I
moving to
will.
Florida. I need to figure it out because I can't have my Nevada health insurance.
Well,
anymore
one
in
time,
Florida.
Reagan literally came off the bar and broke her arm.
Mhm.
Just shattered
That
it.
happens.
I didn't shatter it, but man, that was long. I was working for the school system at that time, but
yeah. Well, so I found this thing that I might go with. It's United Healthcare, and it's called a tri-term. So it's like short term, but it's 3 years. And, you know, it's a high deductible. It's like it's a catastrophe plan, really, which is what I have now anyways. But it's only like $780 a month for the whole family. which is a ton of money for basically something that doesn't really kick in until you spend $12,000. But at least it's hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars less than Blue Cross, which is what Cat uses. But I don't know.
I spend $601 a month, and then I have a few little extra rider plans and a specific doctor that is paid by a monthly installment.
Yeah, it all kind of sucks. So honestly, insurance in general kind of sucks. Let's talk about that.
You don't want to get me talking about
title.
that.
Yeah, it's a scam. It's a scam, people.
Yeah, it is.
If you work in the insurance
They're
agency,
putting high
it's your fault.
fructose corn syrup in everything, guys. Palm oil, coconut oil, it's all bad for us.
They have forever chemicals, which they should charge more for because I get to keep the chemicals in my body.
Oh, you get the
forever.
PFPs or whatever they call them?
Yeah, apparently seltzer water is loaded with
thanks for making sure I never drink Polar again. Thank you.
Dude, no, Polar's not even the bad one. LaCroix is the bad one. It's got like 7. This one has like 1. So LaCroix or whatever. Don't drink
LaCroix.
that.
Yeah,
I sold a Squishmallow. I sold 2 Squishmallows.
You got a good haul though. You stole it from that kid.
Yeah, and you know what I did? I went back today.
A song.
The lady who I bought the 90 something from called me up, and I went back over to her house today. I bought 25 more, and one of them was worth. I haven't looked them all up, but one I thought looked cool with a tag. I looked it up, and it got decent sell through rate at $20 to $30. So nice. I paid for all of them. That's not bad.
Listen, I'm sometimes known as impulsive. And today, I'm sitting here in my garage, and every now and then my garage just starts smelling like the worst thing you've ever smelled. It's not really poop. It's not really septic.
Why don't you
it's
do
kind
a
of
little
combination
plug-in
of
out
that and
there
dead animals.
Well, surprised Tina hadn't done it like
I use my
five of those
Sensi.
out
I use my Sensi, and that that usually does the trick. But every now and then the Sensi kind of gets old and the smell goes away. It kind of and so I was trying to find the little wax melts, either Sensi or Walmart. Walmart's like $3, Sensi's are like $8, whatever. I couldn't find any in the house. Nice. I couldn't find any in the house, so I was like impulsively. I text Tina. I said, "Do you have any more Sensi melts?" She's like, "No, we're out of them." Elijah took them all. I'm like, "Fine." And I went on Facebook and I see someone selling 80 of them for $125, right? Which actually is not bad. That's like, I don't know, $1.50 a piece. So I message her. She's 3 minutes away from my house, and I was like, "All right, I'll come get them, but I'm only giving you 100." Basically, I said, I said, I'm a buyer at 100, is what I said. Like a boss move. And she's like, "Sure, come on over." So I go there and I give her the $100, and she hands me this tote, and I can clearly see they're in stacks of 4, and it's in a 4x4 line. And I'm sitting there doing the math. I'm like, that's like 64, not 80, right? It's not 80 pieces, and I've already agreed to the $100. And in a weird turn of events, I carried out, and I just gave her the $100 and left. What would you do, knowing it's not as many as you were promised?
I would have done the same thing.
You would have just taken them.
I don't want confrontation if I can help it. Not unless it's a coin deal. Then I'll
No. What would you have done, Kevin?
I would have said, "I'll give you 80 for this, or I'll give you 100 for 80."
I should have. I don't know why I did it. Like I don't know. I just wussed out. It was so weird. It's not in my character to wuss out like that.
Did you count them when you got home and the math was correct? It was less than 80?
No, I didn't. Yes, I did. It was 64. It was exactly what I thought. It was 64. I even got out to my car, and that was part of it. I was like, I'm pretty sure this is 64.
How did you know that looking at the tote? Are you like Rain Man or something?
In stacks of 4, and there's 4 rows each way. So that's 64. 4, math. But I like had that in my head as like my instant ADHD number, like the quick math I did. But I was like, but what if I'm wrong? What if it is 80 and I'm just doing the math wrong? Like, I didn't want to sit there and count them all with her and her kid watching.
Maybe she heard your $100
and she dropped it. That's what I think.
I'll just take them out.
That's what I think happened.
I'll
like,
buy
I think
$100 worth.
This is what I think happened. I think she was in the mindset of $1.50 a thing, which is still a great deal for Sensi's. $1.50 a thing. And when I said that, she just thought, okay, that's 64. And I think that's
if you probably did the math. That would be like
it is.
Yeah. So I didn't get a deal at all. Yeah, I didn't get a deal at all. I just literally bought less than the 80 that she was. Anyways, random Facebook Marketplace story. But I figured 64 was enough. I didn't care. It was $1.25 versus $1.50. It's still half the price of Walmart's, and they work better than Walmart's. So there's my really dumb Sensi story. What's your dumb story of the week, Carrie?
Oh, I got so many, man.
Give us one.
So many.
You don't do enough story time.
Gosh, well, I mean, I'm not prepared for a story time. I mean, I do a lot of dumb
just
stuff,
tell us
but I'm
a story. What did you do today?
What did I do today? What do you think I did today?
Tell us the beginning to the end of the day. I want to know a day in the life of Carrie.
Lord, can I leave?
GRWM. Get ready with me.
So I actually haven't been sleeping super well, but I slept longer today. I had a decent night's sleep.
5 hours or 4?
No, I actually ended up getting like eight or nine. And I've only done that like twice in the last couple weeks.
Wow.
So I woke up, it's like, I woke up 9:30, 10, and I got out and was out the door by like noon, 1, I don't know. I just taking my time.
Hey, I just sold something.
And then I went to the card shop.
Nothing all day, Dave.
I went to the card shop and I did like 3 or 4 reels. I did a lot of stuff, man. I'm hustling, man.
Did you get tested?
My
for
other day was
mesothelioma?
really good. I woke up and I did a podcast. Then I did something else. I forgot what it was. And
Which
then I did a
podcast
third
were you on?
Yeah. Who you on?
You
I was
cheater?
on a sports card podcast called Coach Co's.
I found your
Collectibles.
Tinder account too, by the way, Carrie.
Oh, did you? Did you swipe right
Yeah.
or left?
No, you were looking for other podcasts to be on. I saw
Oh,
it.
was I?
Yeah,
Was I?
you're like
I
a little
heard.
cheater.
Oh, yeah, Well, Kevin's constantly,
He's
like,
always
he's
swinging
always
that
putting out
stuff
the
around.
signals, saying
Yeah.
he wants
He's
to
always
be
on
on
these
like
podcasts.
he wants to do like a Dave
I'm never on
Ramsey's
anybody's
podcast with
podcast.
You're on
Jay
the
Ride or
eBay
something.
podcast.
I'm
You're on the
never on
Whatnot
any
podcast.
podcast.
You're on the Foot Finder podcast. You're on all of them.
I haven't been on a pod. I did the eBay thing, and that's the only one I've done that I can.
You were on Roman's show, Anytime Picker.
You were on the
No, I
Shower
wasn't.
Not a Grower podcast.
Kevin, when are you going on the Anytime Picker show?
Yeah.
Same day as the Tommy
let
Bernard
me tell
show?
you, if I started doing the tours like all these people do, I would go on Roman's show.
Yeah,
I
there you
would
go.
for sure.
He-
It'd
yeah,
be
I
like
don't-
number one.
I would
on the
never
list.
because he didn't put me in his list of top 20, and he put Kevin in there.
You know
so
whose
there's
show
no
I wouldn't
chance,
go
Roman.
on? I wouldn't go on Graham's and Pop show.
Oh,
They don't have a show,
haters
but I wouldn't
gonna
go.
hate.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah, wow.
I'd go on with Ken on the reseller.
Why wouldn't you go on with Graham?
They have over 100 episodes.
Because
you couldn't think of
they're-
reseller clickbait like that.
So he tags me in an Instagram. I'm like,
Okay.
why is he tagging me in this Instagram? So I look at this Instagram, and it's like bad yard sale behavior. I'm like, are you tagging me because you just stole my video from 2 weeks ago? Why are you trying to like rub it in? What are you doing? I don't understand. And so I click on the video, and it's them talking about bad yard sale behavior. And I'm thinking to myself, Cincinnati. I'm thinking, I remember one of these two. I think it was Graham's probably. I'm sitting there looking at Tupperware, and I remember her coming over my shoulder like a linebacker and diving on the 2 pieces of Tupperware. I'm thinking
Really
they're talking
dislike
about
them.
yard sale behavior.
I can't believe how much
That's like,
vitriol
Wow,
you
dude,
have.
I
for
love that we've
Graham's
got the
vintage.
real Kevin to come out for a second in the podcast. This is interesting. You
But
usually
here's what's
disguise
funny.
this.
So I'm watching this video and this is going on. I'm like, I can't believe Graham's just sitting here talking about other people's bad yard sale behavior.
What kind of
And so
explicitives
I'm like,
did you say?
okay.
What kind of
And
swear
so I
words did you say?
typed in the
expletives,
comment.
not explicitives.
I'm like-
Explicitives. Shut
I'm
up.
like, I got one for you. I got a bad yard sale behavior. I said, this lady just came in right in front of my beloved Tupperware and took out 2 of my favorite pieces right over my shoulder. And that's what I typed in. That was my passive aggressive way
I
to
wonder
say
if you could find a third way to tell this story.
Yeah, you said it twice so far. And each
Well,
time you
okay,
get somehow
I'll
more
finish it.
angry. You have a lot of anger issues.
Listen,
Well,
Grams
then
and
as
Pops,
the
me and
video
Carrie
goes
disagree with
on-
this
Yeah,
sentiment
exactly.
that
We'd
you
love to
are
be on your
terrible yard
show.
sellers.
You guys have also been Patreons for a while. We appreciate it. Kevin apparently
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah,
As the
seriously.
video goes on, she references that at the end of the video. And now I feel bad for making my passive aggressive comment.
You
the
just
sounds
did
like
it
it was
again
just
for
aggressive.
2 minutes in the podcast, and it was aggressive. It wasn't passive.
I wanted you
was
guys
double
to feel
aggressive.
uncomfortable. I was it was very funny. Me and
Why would
Corey
we
went
feel
back and forth.
Listen, man, you can't spin it. We saw the real you. Listen, there's
Yeah,
no, there's no way to save
The,
what
one,
you've
the
done.
one-eyed monster has come out. Wait, that's not right.
No, I wasn't ever
Listen.
mad. I was thinking though. the whole
You didn't
time
catch
I'm
that
like,
reference, Dave.
No,
like,
that's
wait
good.
a minute. I'm like, they stole
He
this
has 2
video,
eyes,
which they
weirdly
did.
He's
You
still
know me.
talking.
I don't care about stealing a video. It's just that's what everybody does. But
I just sold a
um,
socket, a single socket for $20 plus shipping. Boom shakalaka.
Yeah, I
You want
sold
to keep
something.
making fun of Grams though? We could go back to that.
no, I don't want to. Grams is scary, y'all. She's scary. I think Corey's scared of Grams, actually.
Yeah, well, that's fair. I don't know. I think she
I don't
seems like
blame
a
him.
sweetheart personally, but I guess that's your
I'm
opinion.
big fans
She
of
never
both of them.
stole your
I do not
Tupperware.
hate either of them like you do.
Yeah, Kevin, I never would claim any Tupperware. To be fair, like it's
Yeah,
not
exactly.
possible to steal my.
I feel like if I'm
Tupperware.
picking up Tupperware at a yard sale, it's
I
been
deserve
a
to
pretty
get it
crappy
stolen.
day. I'm not doing good at my job, and I don't do
were-
good at my job, and I still don't do that.
There were 3 Friday yard sales, like within 5 miles of my house. Like that's never happened in all my life. And like the best thing I found was the tiny little Tupperware salt and pepper shakers for 50 cents. That was my
There you go.
best find. It was
That's
pathetic,
a good one. What's
That
that
is
sell
really
for?
bad.
15?
probably.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Kevin, let's talk. We already bragged a little bit about your sales. Let's let Kerry brag about his sale. Kerry,
I haven't mentioned one sale.
You literally did just mention. You mentioned the Squishmallow.
Those sucked.
I sold something today. Let me be clear.
Kevin,
via
you mentioned something you bought for 30 and sold for 80 as well. That was not a Squishmallow.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, I'll take it back.
You're talking all day about how great you are. Okay,
can I
Kerry,
say
go.
my thing? Goodness.
Go.
Okay. I sold something via Dawn, but it still counts because we are one, we are a unit, we are a couple, and we are a power couple.
You're not actually officially married.
No, listen.
We still want the Trash to Cash wedding.
It's gonna happen. Give it time. Yes. Vintage Fisher Price Animal Muppet hand puppet. You know how much I love hand puppets. I taught Kevin everything he knows about Folk Manus.
Dude, have you heard of Folk Manus? That's a new one.
No, I
Flip the World found a Folk Manus and sold it. He thanked me for it.
So here's what happened. Here's what happened. We were at the thrift store. Don was approaching this puppet, and I said, "Hey, Don, that's Animal Muppet from the Jim Henson Show.
Okay. Nice.
Pick that up." And she did. And she did. And I'm like, "That's
would never have known that."
I said, Don, I know this off the top of my head. That's worth $45 on eBay. I had her post it so she could learn how to post on eBay. I want her to ship so she can also learn that end of the business, and she did all that and sold it. But via me, I was a very huge part in this. $45. But after,
and what did it cost? I zoned out.
What did it cost? I remember that vividly when I showed it to her. It was between $7.99 and $4 probably.
Hey,
but I want to know immediately before that to a repeat buyer. So this is somebody who's bought more than once from me, folks. Somebody bought a 1998 playoff absolute retail Troy Aikman statistically speaking die cut card for $2, free shipping.
Congrats!
And they bought more than one card from me, so I'm
awesome.
piling up money at this point. And I listed that.
That's something.
It is literally.
Do you
something.
have like a legitimate hard good that you bought, you listed? And
yes,
sold
I have a
week?
legitimate. That
Don
was my
was not
nickname.
involved in.
That was actually my nickname in college.
Legitimate hard good.
Yeah,
hard good,
that was my nickname in college.
Oh, dude, that guy's got legitimate hard goods.
I do. Just let me scroll for a while on my eBay.
I was just curious.
Yeah,
well,
yesterday.
You don't have to.
No, I have one
nervous.
yesterday. Or maybe it's today.
What
day is it? Is today the 9th?
Today's the 9th.
So on the 8th, I sold this. This is very fitting. An In-N-Out hat, a burger hat
That you bought.
That I bought, and that I don't know where I bought it. I think I bought it at a Savers or something, and I sold it for $15 plus shipping.
Would you pay $8.99?
No, I paid less. I don't
$8.99.
remember what I paid. Why would I pay $8.99?
Dude, some of these thrift stores
for those
are charging $9
for those
hats.
Carhartt hats, and I bought both those.
Yeah.
Yeah, those Carhartt hats that I bought in Florida, they both sold for like $40, and they were
like $8 or $9, right?
I think,
but
South
you guys
Carolina
are missing the fact that I'm selling one-piece cards for $14. I sold a Dragon Ball Z card for $8 yesterday. I sold wait for it, guys, a bunch of $2 and $1 stuff. I sold an autograph bowling card.
We gave him the mic
for
now. We can't take it back.
Listen,
seriously, what did you do?
Shut up! I sold a group of 7 cards for $11 today, guys. That's hard, okay? And I sold
so let's talk about
a lot of skunks that Don found. Don did find these lot of skunks for $35.
What's
I
your
sold
90-day
a Raphael
total,
that I
Kerry?
listed.
That's all that matters in reselling is your 90-day total.
I don't give out my 90-day total.
Why not?
I don't do it because it's not good.
I've hit a record for mine.
It's either too low for some people or too high for some people. Nobody's ever happy.
What reseller would ever call a 90-day total too high? I've never met that person.
Me?
What,
yeah, jealous people.
Because it hurts my feelings. That you guys
but it
are
might
doing
not
so
even
well.
be all profit. Listen, I'm gonna brag, Kevin.
Oh, it's only that high because of your sales. I'm telling you.
What did I say to you and Carrie like 4 weeks ago? What did I say to you about my 90-day total? I said I had a goal to hit what number?
25,000.
30,000 was my goal.
Uncle
and I was
Steve's got
200 away. I'm now at 34,000.
Wow.
Yes. So I was very excited about that. That's my big brag. But I mean, I don't know.
Is that your 90-day or 30-day?
90. That'd be sick if it was 30.
Look at you.
Yeah,
it's going to go nothing but up, Dave. Nothing but up.
I hope so.
I could tell you what mine is. Mine is 18,981. So I'm almost 19,000. That's not terrible.
Well,
I'm also very big on TikTok, so that's really all that matters.
I'm cheating a little because I have that $2,500 comic in there still, and that's not very repeatable.
Cheating.
So that's
not cheating.
Well, and plus, I actually did list 4,500 worth of comics yesterday. So
now, what I can't stand is these people who give these totals and they won't tell you what they're selling.
Old man yelling at the moon episode right here.
Well, you get these people in Facebook
so
groups every once in a while, and they'll be like, "Oh, I've got a 98,000, 90-day total or whatever," and
they're selling only Broncos, Ford Broncos.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you don't know.
They sold one Ford Bronco.
Exactly. And
they paid 180 for.
They lost.
Come on, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, but that is a nice sale. That bumps it up for sure. Uncle Steve got over 30,000. It's his first time.
You're way over 30. You're like 40, right?
He doesn't even want to say it.
I'm
he doesn't
under
want to hurt
40.
Our feelings.
But you're over me. You generally are between.
He's not
going to admit it, but he's generally 35 to 40, folks. That's my estimate based on what I look at in his store and the fact that I just am a genius. And that's revenue on his one YouTube channel.
So 35,000 90-day, and what's that? 25,000 in ET pins or whatever, right? Yeah. It's like a good 20 to 25K. I haven't sold an
ET pin in forever. I got to redo the list.
Okay,
somebody go buy an ET pin.
Listen, let's tell people that Kevin was so triggered last week that I beat his week total.
I was triggered.
That he's like texting me. He's like, "Oh, 2 more days, I would have beat you." And he sends like a higher 1 week total. So let's play the game again, Kevin. Where are you at? Where are you at for the 7-day? Let's see.
I don't know.
Last week.
No, he doesn't want to play when he's going to lose. That's the kind of person he is.
I know.
Well, come on. I had like an astoundingly good week that week. So I don't have that kind of week every week. So I don't think I'll beat him again.
No, I don't know. 30, almost 39.
See, he beat me. That's sad. Almost.
I'm not even going to check. You guys both won.
37.57 though, so we were close. I was nipping at your heels, nippling at your heels. Actually, I had my nipples on your heels.
Kevin heard one of his safe words, and he just went, "What?"
I got suggested a TikTok. Well, my For You page was a TikTok today, and there was this group of people like looking at a camera, and they're like talking into the thing, and it says, when swingers rent out the escape room, and the guy's like, "Guys, we can see everything you're doing in there. Please stop."
I love it.
So people.
I think that should be a new segment. I think this should be a new segment on our podcast where we just dictate our favorite TikTok from the week.
I like it. Well, that was very Kevin specific. That was Kevin specific because he's done that in an escape room with his friends.
There hasn't been many places Kevin hasn't done that.
Anyways, we were actually talking about big sales. Let's not talk about big sales. What about your favorite sale? I like that a little better. So, I mean, Carrie, was your favorite sale?
So are we not doing our worst sale, the thing that we invented? Are we done with that?
We did invent the Okay, we could do that. What's your lowest sale then? Sorry.
My lowest sale and my favorite sale might be the same, actually.
My lowest sale, mine is not. But go ahead.
$16 and where'd it go? I lost it. $16.95 plus shipping, lowest sale, and it's Penny Popple plush coin bank.
Hey, a lot of people bid on my Popple that I was selling on my auction.
I sold this.
People love Popples.
I opened this in a pack of cards and I sold it in like a day for $3 because it's a super cool card.
That is
it's
cool.
Like a magazine.
But that's not your lowest sale.
No, it's not my lowest, but it's my favorite. It's
$2. You guys are confusing. You want to do lowest or favorite?
I thought we were doing favorite that could be low.
I did both. Oh, my favorite
Case Logic
CD case. I sold that. That's cool.
I sold a lot of $1.50 cards. Do you want me to just tell you one?
Never mind.
I didn't think that was as interesting.
Can I tell you my worst? This is like, if there was another podcast that thought of doing this segment, this is as bad as some of their worst, which is aggressively bad. Now, that show doesn't, maybe doesn't exist because we made it up, but if it did exist, they may have said the P-word in the first 1 minute of their show.
Yeah. That was... It was aggressive. That was unsettling. I immediately turned it off, and then I turned it back on, but I turned it off for a moment.
Okay, so here we go.
Yeah, I listened to that.
I sold a train. Okay, I sold a train for $10. I sent out a best offer. Carrie, you know about this. I sent out a best offer. It was listed for $86. I accidentally, instead of sending 10% off, Kevin, sent a $10 offer.
Yeah, you told me that.
Okay, so the person buys
a $10 offer.
Yeah. They buy for $10, free shipping, of course. Why not?
Didn't you tell us last episode?
But no. No, I didn't. I told it in my Flipper episode. But don't worry, it gets worse. So the guy messages me furious yesterday while I'm with my kids. And he says, "You sent me the wrong train. I was expecting the employee Christmas car 81020, and you sent the Christmas car employee version, and it's different model number." And I was like, okay, well... crap. Like, I was just like, dang it, I seriously cost myself more money. I said, all right, when I get home, I'll pull the right one, and maybe I didn't look very carefully, and I will ship it, and I'll include a prepaid label so you can send that one back. I get home and I look and I don't have any other car like this. And I go watch my video and I pulled the exact one in the photograph of my listing. The problem was I listed it wrong. Yep. It's the wrong model number in the listing. And I'm just like...
always the person who gets an 85% off offer that complains. It's always.
Dude, and maybe it wasn't even an $85 train because it was the wrong model number. I might have comped it wrong. I don't know. So, but now he's like furious. I'm definitely getting negative feedback because I wrote him back and I said, like, because I said I'd send him the right one. I get back, I'm like, I don't have the right one, so I can't send it to you. I'm really sorry. Here's a full refund.
Trained people are passionate and very vindictive. Just ask Kevin.
So I refunded him. It cost me $8.52 to fully refund him. I was like, I didn't want it back. I'm just going to give him a refund. But I don't know what's going to happen now. Like, he's probably going to give me negative feedback. He's probably going to open a case or something. But can he, if I gave him a full refund? I don't know what his recourse is.
If you give him a full refund,
he got the item. He got all his money back. What can he do? But I still feel terrible. Feedback. That's probably what'll happen. So that's
you should ask him. Say, hey, look, just write a real heartfelt mea culpa. And just like, hey, I know I screwed this up. I gave you money back.
I'm in tears right now.
Hey,
start it that way.
So, is it really possible that he didn't notice that all the pictures were different than what he was trying to buy?
It's possible that he noticed, and that's why he bought it.
That's what I
don't think so in this case. Because this is the person that got the discount.
Yeah, the $10. So... But why would he buy it? Seeing the pictures clearly, like I looked up the thing he's talking about.
People
it's completely
do that
different
on
looking
purpose.
train.
Maybe they're hoping you're not going to ask for it back.
For the refund, and they get the thing back. But
well,
I'm a little
get
nervous
the item
about
for
a
free.
sale.
He did get the item for
free. Same
free.
kind of thing here. So I sold a pair of Bose speakers for $200 plus shipping, and the guy had messaged me like 2 times in the 2 days before he bought it that he wanted to see the woofers and tweeters and whatever. I'm like, dude, I'm not even home. I didn't even say it. I just ignored the messages.
It's not the first
and
time
then
you
he
said
bought
that.
it. And then he bought it. So I'm like, oh boy, here we go. So if anything's wrong with this, it's like I can see it coming. I messaged him 2 times asking to see this, so now I got to check it all out before I ever send it to him. Make sure it's all good. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Well, Carrie's right about train guys, because I have another train guy who's been messaging me about this train that I've listed for like $100, and he's asking me all these questions, like when was the last time this was calibrated, things I don't even understand, right? And I'm just like, nerds. So the first time he sent it to me, I just didn't respond because I'm like, I don't know any of the answers.
Yeah.
So what's the point?
It's, you know, like it's the old dudes who like think it's like a real train, even though it's a model train, but they treat it like they're conductors, but they're not.
And they're wearing someone's skin as a face mask.
Yeah.
So
it's like,
no offense to train
collectors. It's kind of like people in the backwoods of
killers.
Virginia, that kind of vibe.
So, but no, listen, he writes back like a week later, and I still didn't respond. And I was like, maybe I'll research this and I'll respond, right? Like I'll ask ChatGPT. But I never did. And so another week goes by, and he writes. Now he's angry, of course. He's like, it's so suspicious that you're not responding to me. Him. I did. I so now I've just blocked him, and he's probably just like, what did
you hear
I
Dan
do?
and Demand's story?
What did I even do wrong?
All right, so
I'm
Dan
now blocked.
and Demand gets this guy. This has been repeated twice now, but he gets this guy who wants him to measure the thickness of the pair of jeans or something like that, right? There's a tool that measures the thickness of the jeans, and this is over on Poshmark or something. And so Dan's like, I don't do that. And he blocks him over on Poshmark. So the guy goes over to eBay and buys it on eBay off of him.
My God.
Same exact guy. He's like, oh boy, here we go. He's like, I'm just waiting for my feedback. Just waiting for it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't avoid them on every platform. I mean, I'm bad with Poshmark because I went to pull my Poshmark orders today. I had one from May 28th. I never even saw it come in. I'm like 10 days late.
I haven't even checked my Poshmark in like a month, and I'm like rocking like an 85% cancellation rate on Poshmark. They don't care. Poshmark doesn't care. Nothing ever happens.
What'd you say, Kevin?
I said, have you sold anything on Bonanza yet?
No, I got a message on Bonanza and I ignored it, but no.
Really? Was it like, how did it arrive to you?
The Pony
This
Express.
is so worn out.
The Pony
It's a
Express.
good one, though.
The red coats are coming. The red coats are coming.
It is worn out, but I like it a lot. It's my favorite joke.
Yeah. Okay, so what was my big sale? I mean, I guess my best sale was a Snap-on ratcheting cordless ratchet for $329. But did I don't know if I told you. I told you on the Secret
Something
podcast,
went wrong.
Carrie.
I'm guessing.
No, I told you on the Secret podcast that I sold a piece of art. It was like the evil...
The erotic art?
Yeah, it was you, nude, and I drew it myself. What is that, Kevin? ABC Matte cards?
Oh, look at that. Yeah. That's like a 1952 Topps design, it looks like.
My man needs to get to 1,000 subs, y'all.
This right here. This right here.
He's
I got
my
at the flea
favorite
market.
letter-based reseller.
He is, yeah.
After AM Picker.
This is just a really cool, like, local
him.
Florida artist, but it's this big, heavy piece of wood, which I think Tekken said sells on eBay. Burwood, is that what it is, Carrie?
Yeah, Burwood. Yeah, that's something I learned from him.
MCM.
And
Yeah. But no, I thought this was my favorite sale because it was really cool. I paid 40 at the
That's
flea market.
Burwood?
No, that's just a joke. It's a Tekken sports.
It's a very inside Tekken. If you watched every episode that me and Dave have done the last 6 months, there's one moment. Look for it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyways, but that sold for $229, and that was just a local Florida artist made that, and I thought that was pretty cool.
And so you're
Shipping
selling
it
boots.
was a nightmare.
You got to be careful selling bootleg Disney stuff, dude.
That's why I didn't write
risky.
Disney in the title at all.
Where did you sell it? Like what site?
On eBay, but I just put artist Snow White
Good
Evil
luck.
Queen painting with
Yeah,
3D
how are you going to
still.
sell that?
What do you mean?
You sold it?
Yeah,
You
I
didn't
already sold
mention
it.
Disney at all. I guess you can.
Why?
Oh, it must have been to a viewer.
No, it was not a viewer.
What were the keywords that got that thing sold?
Witch?
Snow White painting with 3D studded skull.
Okay, you could do Snow White, actually,
Yeah.
believe it or not.
I think
You
that's
could do
public
that.
domain, probably.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fairy tale. Correct.
So, yeah, we're good. We
Yeah.
Gucci, fam. We Gucci.
We
But
Gucci,
it's
man.
not,
Yeah, what
it's
is
not
it?
official Gucci. It's
You got
not
that
real.
Ohio
It's
skibbity
counterfeit.
riz? Do you?
Yeah, I'm Riz. I'm busting. I'm busting, yo.
You busting, bro?
Dude, I did a video. I want to know what yours are. I did a video. My return rate is higher than I think it has ever been. I'm
Is
over
this some
2%
sort of data
in
that's
returns.
available in
Yeah.
eBay?
Yeah, go to your seller dashboard.
All right,
Seller
I'm there.
dashboard.
Seller
By
dashboard.
performance,
What?
like performance, and then summary. Is that what we're talking about here?
No,
Is that where it
so
says
click
I'm
on
below
your
What is
standard?
the seller dashboard?
Click on your
per se?
feedback. Click
What
on your
is my
feedback.
feedback? Is that a thing
Shut
on
up.
eBay?
Shut
On
up.
eBay?
Here? Somewhere here?
No, feedback. Go
Right
to
here.
your
Feedback.
Yes, click on your feedback number. All right, now
Let's look at that negative from
from
6 months ago.
Okay.
Over to the right of your screen, it says contact member reported buyer view seller dashboard.
Okay.
View
I'm gonna
seller
click on view.
dashboard.
This is good visual content. Look, I'm about to go down a rating, Kevin, to above
you?
standard because of my
Ooh.
defect rate.
There you go. See, you got to pay attention to that stuff.
I'm paying attention to it. It's
He knows. He
disappointing. Look at
knows
that.
it's going to happen.
It's beautifully terrible. So, what am I looking at for my return rate?
You're looking at return rate. It is
At the very
scroll
bottom.
down.
At the very bottom.
Return rate is 0.90.
So
What is yours?
1% of your stuff basically is returned.
That's really good, Dave.
Oh, hot dog! I'm amazing.
0.90
That's because I
is
don't
really
sell broken VCRs. I actually test them, Kevin. Mm-hmm.
good. I test them all the time. But I've had this is my return rate. I want it to be under 1%. It usually is. I'm at 2. I'm over 2%. I'm double what
Well,
I'm.
isn't that because that guy was sending you rotten fruit and saying it was a return?
Well,
isn't it that
might be
guy?
Whatever
true.
happened to
Yeah.
that person? That was
Whatever
one of my
happened to
favorite
them?
recurring
I loved
characters
them.
from your videos.
I want them to
dude
come
did
back.
I miss Rotten Fruit Guy.
That's what's funny. I got so slammed for doing that. Right? This guy's doing this
For
to all these
receiving
people.
rotten fruit, you got
Yeah,
slammed.
how could you?
This guy's whatever. These people are doing it to tons of different, I don't know about tons, but a lot of different people. And so I came out and did it, and they're like, "Oh, this is so dumb. You should never mention it. You're just going to encourage them. It's just what they want." But I came out and did it and exposed it with John Flippin' Ain't Easy, and it stopped, completely stopped.
Really?
So
Did
which
you
is
think
the
you got
best
him
tack
kicked out
to
of
take?
college? Do you think
I
you're
might
responsible
well,
for
no,
people
but
working at
I
Burger
think he was
King in
afraid
Muncie,
of that.
Indiana now?
I think he was afraid of that because
What
we
did
knew
you
we
figure out
narrowed
what
it all
school he
down.
went to?
Oh yeah,
I
we
think
knew
they
it all.
did, yeah.
We knew what they were. I
he's
didn't
a
expose
sleuth.
all of it on the show.
Did you give his social security number out?
No.
Huh.
No,
that how
but
you're
John
getting
did a
all
little
the-
bit.
That's it.
I did
Is
We
that
call
how
that
you're
a
getting all
half
those
measure.
extra credit cards, Kevin?
Kevin, we call that a half measure. You go full measure.
Full
Full measure. Release his social.
Never.
know
Yeah,
it's
you
so
never.
Release the
dude.
mother's maiden name.
Everybody knows this. You never go full mass.
The
You go, wait, no, you
address,
never go
the
half
whatever,
mass. You go
it's
full
the
mass.
salary, yeah. Gotcha.
What's your big bonanza sale, Kevin, that you want to talk
I
about?
haven't. I don't think I had a bonanza sale this week.
I didn't
really.
either. It's probably because
The
it's a fake site.
CEO
and it
didn't even
doesn't
have a
actually
bonanza
work.
And
sale.
the
That
card
sounds like a
sale
failing
today.
platform.
I had multiple
Let's see.
Mercari sales and
Bonanza.
Posh sales, and you know what I did? I used Vendu to cross list, guys. Check
Yeah,
out my
Vendu.
link down below. Save 25%
You haven't
off
even
your first
checked
month.
your
Can I
Posh
tell
mark.
you?
It's
Can I
false
tell you?
advertising. How do you even know? You ain't checked it in
I
2
still
weeks.
sold the stuff. I sold 5 things on Posh. I just didn't notice. I shipped them all today, though. Dude, you know what they're doing, though? They're doing a little, they're not even paying me for this integration, but if you list on Depop 20 items, you get entered to win a $500 Etsy gift card this month. And no seller fees on any
What?
cross-listed
So
Depop
Depop
stuff.
is trying to get you to buy stuff on Etsy? Are
Let
they
me tell you,
together?
I can guarantee. Well, I
guess.
shouldn't say this.
Yeah, why
I
isn't
bet
Depop?
you
No,
Yeah, that
Depop
doesn't
is
make any
hurting.
sense.
Vendu's giving
Depop
me a
is
gift card.
hurting. I think, from what I see. But I
Oh.
Well,
could be
clearly, if
wrong.
they're doing no seller fees this
The
month,
problem
they're
with
trying to get
Depop
Yeah.
is there's mostly it feels like it's a lot of sellers that are going to the bins and trying to sell like their finds for $500 and nobody's buying. Nobody's
I've
paying
never gotten a
$500
sale
for
on there.
T-shirts anymore.
Have you ever gotten a sale on there?
I've gotten
I have
one or two.
Yeah.
Is
I
it
sold
only clothing?
No, I sold
Really?
a backpack on there. It was a Swatch backpack. It was awesome.
I like Kevin's picture on his Depop page though. He has
So
like
can
a
I buy, like, a
skateboard
cell
and
phone
like
on there?
Jinkos on.
Do not.
You're
I
really
don't
cool.
sell on there
Processing
anymore.
You're really
everything
cool
on
in
there.
that picture. I like
People are
it.
processing cell phones, everything.
Yeah, I don't mess with it anymore.
I might list 20 just to get entered into the contest. Yeah, why
Why?
not?
You're not
$500
gonna
Etsy
win
gift
it.
card, that'd be cool.
How much?
But then you have to
500.
buy something on Etsy. What are you going to buy on
There's
Etsy?
some
You're going
cool
to buy
stuff
like
on Etsy.
you
Yeah.
buy
Some,
homemade
like-
candles
some,
or something?
Yeah, I like candles. I'm a candle man.
You're going to buy like metal bike art or something?
Dude, I like metal
motorcycle
bike
art?
art. That's like when I went to the 100-mile yard sale with Mike, and he was like so excited about this random metal bike art he got, and I was like, okay, cool, Mike. I was like,
Yeah.
did you get a good deal? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna
He's
pay
very.
150.
Him
I'm
and
like,
Kevin are
"All
very,
right, cool,
very much
buddy."
boomers.
So, I've
they
got
get
some
excited for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He's younger than me, even though he looks at least 15 years
He
old.
does look
Yeah,
older
that's
than you.
them
It's
cigarettes.
aggressive.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I met him, and I was like, "You're younger than me." Crazy.
Yeah.
But
it's
somebody, I've got Trash to Cashers over there watching the Commonwealth Picker videos because I posted a video where Mike was out. I went out picking before the 100-mile sale up here, and Mike was with me. And some guy comments over there. He's like, "How was it? How was it picking with your rod all day?"
Well, who was it? I was telling Jimmy because I'm going to the National, and I think I'm going to be able to get Jimmy a ticket to go to the National, right? Old school flips. So he said, and I said, I just need some help filming some stuff when we're there at the Nationals. In
Oh,
Cleveland.
you're using your friend.
No,
I see.
it's mutually beneficial. He's my friend. I won't bug him too much, but just occasionally I need some help. And he said, I'll be your rod. So I think that's we're creating.
I
we're
love that that's
creating
becoming
thing.
in the Urban
Friendship-
Dictionary of reselling.
Exactly. Friendship is
Yeah.
being each other's rods.
I love that. Okay, so we have some questions
Oh,
over there
good
on the Patreon. Okay, 419 Sports Guy. Do you think the large increase of people moving to reselling has impacted the garage sale culture?
Show me the evidence that there's a large increase of people
Show me the
moving
money.
to resale.
I think.
Okay.
there's-
I'm not going to
eBay's
show you that,
own
Kevin,
numbers
but
don't.
he can.
There's less than there was. I mean, during the pandemic, there was a huge influx, but it has leveled out. It just
Well, I think there's going to be an influx if there isn't already. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that like there's not going to be people working the registers at Walmart in 5 years. I mean, there's going to be a lot more people having to do
Right,
their
sure.
own kind of thing, whether that's ride sharing or eBay or something to survive.
AI takes a lot of jobs. Okay, but there is some. It's. I just don't see it as that. I just don't see it as like there's no jobs out there for people. I just don't.
What
see
about a
that.
world where like AI can automatically list stuff on every platform for
Now,
you?
see, that's what I
100%.
started talking about the other day. I did a video. It hadn't come out yet because I'm going on vacation.
I'm not
but-
saying. I'm also, for the record, I'm not saying there's not going to be jobs. I'm just there's going to be different kinds of jobs. Like
Well, I'll just
social
say
media
this.
is going to be much bigger.
If you want to
than
hear
what it
me and
is right
Carrie
now.
go into this topic, I don't want to do it again.
Did we do it already? I
Yeah, and
forgot.
we went into their
Oh, I
relations
thought I
with
was-
us in the bedroom.
Oh
the
yeah,
AI
sex
robots.
robot talk.
Yeah,
it's in the secret podcast.
We were talking about like how
Is
the
it
robots would
cheating
need
if
to
you have
ship
sex
for
with a
you.
robot?
That's,
Kevin,
don't
answer.
give it all away. Don't give it all away.
We're just we're not answering the question.
No, it's posed, and we go into
We
depth
posed
though.
it. And Trash
listen-
to Cash, you're one of the members, so you technically were part of posing that
The
question.
point, yeah, Kevin. The point of it is like, okay, my point was every mom and pop who are about to have a garage sale can just press a button on their phone and it's listed on eBay.
Yeah.
Why have a garage
So-
sale? But that's because there's no one to ship it unless they have like a robot in their house. But then we got into the whole topic of sleeping
But
with
before
that
you're
robot.
ever going to have a shipping robot in your house, before
Immoral.
that ever is going to happen, there's going to be other robots that are more important that you will have in your home.
Yeah, which they might start
Listen,
out as the sleep
It's
with robots and
Krylof's
then
level of
yeah.
importance, and that's higher
Since you
up
mentioned
on the Kryloff.
Vendu, you know, Liz Perfectly, they've introduced, I don't know if it's full scale, if it's in beta, but where picture listing, where you take the picture and it creates your listing. There's probably quite a bit of adjustments, but District dibbed it. You know, you could do that over there
Dibbed.com.
on your computer. You can
Does it
list
even really
from a
matter
picture.
with Kevin swinging? Like, it doesn't matter if it's moral or not. He's going to do it.
Exactly.
Once the robot gets into
I
the
think
house.
there's going to be a time with Kevin. He's not going to know if it's a robot or a human, and he's not going to care.
It's going to be safer, though, Kevin. No disease fears, things like that. Something that's
Exactly.
just there.
Yeah, I think it's very telling that I don't even want to respond anymore. I think that's when I should get off the podcast, when I don't even defend myself anymore.
You've given up.
It's like,
we take
I'm a
advantage of
murdering
that.
swinger, a dog murdering swinger.
No, I've said this before. We are leveling you up until we're convincing everyone you're a serial killer.
Murdering swinger.
No, you're slowly being leveled up to a serial killer. Then we've reached the final era.
Okay, so here was 419 Sports Guy's point. I think we covered that topic.
Necromancy.
Dog
bodies, right?
swinging murder.
Look, we're not here to judge you, Kevin. We're open-minded. It's okay.
Those selling at sales are now asking higher prices because they know there is more profit to be made, and everyone is out hunting and has thinned the availability for items. That's what.
Do you know the easiest way for people to stop asking too much money on a yard sale item or a thrift store item is when we as resellers do not buy those items and they go, oh crap, we got to put this away for another couple months, or we're not selling this stuff.
Or
for
we
3
have
months.
to give it to the Goodwill bins
So
and sell it to the lucky
it's
people
always
who have those 12 feet away.
Yeah, people think that, but then they actually try to get the higher price and they don't get it. So
But
it never really happens like they say it's going to happen.
There always is that percentage of just casuals. Like I brought Callie to the flea market, and she's out there spending $10 on Funko Pops that are not worth $7. So that they do sometimes get lucky and sell the stuff for their high prices.
I'm
not
not
to resellers.
Let me say two things. So I got to get them both in here. So first one is I don't think there's a massive influx of resellers. I just don't see it. Could be wrong. However, I do think there are people who are trying to get more top dollar for their items because it's so easy for them to figure out what they're worth.
Yeah.
Okay? So I think that hurts. But I don't remember what the other point is.
People's
It was
fundamental...
about the robots, probably. You have
the sex robots on your mind. It's okay. We do too.
No sex robots. So I think there's a lot of folks out there who are pinched for money, and they're going out to yard sale, and they're not resellers. They're trying to find deals for themselves and their families. And so I think that might be part of it too. But there's no doubt there are things that I used to pay $1 for at a yard sale that are now $2. I mean, consistently.
So let me say this. Tina went up to visit her family. Okay, and I think I can say this because people don't know who Tina's family is, so it's all right to throw them under the bus a little bit. So she went up there to visit her family, and her brother's complaining that he doesn't love the payment of his washer-dryer that he got at Rent-A-Center. Okay?
Oh, my gosh.
And she's like, what's the payment? He's like, $419 a month.
Oh, my God.
$419?
$419 a month for a washer-dryer.
$400.
And she's like... Yeah, and she's like, why don't you just go to a garage sale?
Yeah.
Or Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist
$400, I could buy 3 sets.
This is coming from Carrie. If that's his...
I can wash dishes with my hands. Dawn can wash dishes with her hands.
My point is that when Tina told him this, it was a complete revelation. It had never occurred to him to look for a secondhand piece. He had only looked at the store, and at the store they're, $1,500, $2,000 for the really fancy ones.
That should be enough.
So it's 65 easy payments of $419.
That's the crazy thing, right? So if it's $2,000 for the best top end set, 4, 8, 12, 16, 5 months? And you just save $400 a month for 5 months. I know that's not always feasible, but if you're able to make the payments for 5 months,
is it a washer and dryer or a
dishwasher? It is a washer and a dryer.
If I'm paying $419 a month for a washer and dryer, it better come with one of those robots we're talking about.
And it's like a multiple year plan. I don't know. It was interesting to me. It was shocking to me that he hadn't even thought about the idea of just going and saving money by buying at a yard sale. I still do it. When I'm out buying to flip, I'm buying for us too.
All the time.
So it's shocking to me that I don't know. It kind of blew my mind.
That's one of the fringe benefits.
Every time I see diapers at a thrift store or garage sale, I'm buying them and I'm shipping them in a box.
$419 a month for a washer dryer.
That's insanity.
That's wild. That is wild. $419.
Rent-A-Center's got some racket, baby.
That's insane. And then they have the gall after you've done 25 payments. So you paid 15,000 so far.
You can buy it out for
you
4,000.
miss one payment, they will come and take that away and resell it. I love it. Oh my gosh. I love it. That's a great business model. Trash to cash to get into that.
Better be something good.
That is something that's targeting people with like low credit
that's
scores.
Predatory.
And,
honestly,
it's predatory stuff because they can't get the credit card.
But knowledge is power. If they learn that literally for $419 you can
Do you
find
think
a
it's
great
predatory
set.
to buy stuff cheap from people at garage sales? Is that predatory? I hate that word.
Here's the thing. If you teach somebody, if you went to every yard, that would be an interesting video, and you told everybody what they were actually worth, most people would be like, I have a job. Yeah, we did. That's probably where I got it. Yeah.
And yet he pursued the $2 bill idea instead.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
He's like, I've got this great idea, but let's instead just get $2 bills.
Let's do one that has no interesting factor to it and it isn't compelling in any way, and let's pursue it.
Let's not do that one that would be good.
Exactly.
That's because Kevin can't actually like.
But like the thing is, most people don't like. They have jobs. I mean, the idea of here's what most people want to do when they hear something's worth more. They want to sell it to you right there at the yard sale for that price. But that's not going to happen, and they're never going to go. Most people, 95% probably is a number I made up out of thin air, are never going to go put that stuff online. So you're doing them a favor, I think. Or
I can't tell you how many times I've gone up to a yard sale and asked how much something was, and then asked how much something else was, and I buy that thing, and then they give me a better deal on the thing that I passed up. Right? People want to sell stuff.
No, well, I went to a sale, a little old guy, and his neighbor's there. This just happened. I might have even told this story, so I'll say it really fast. He has this purse. It's the Sack, which is not Saks Fifth Avenue. It's just called the Sack.
The Sack. Like that's a good name for a product.
It's brand new with the tag. Brand new with the tag.
Okay.
$20 to $30 is my thought on it. And she's like, "Oh, I can't believe you have this." She's like, "Oh, and you only want 10 for it? That's not enough." And she's like, "I can't believe no one's bought this." And she like trying to convince me to buy it from him. And so I'm like, fine, I'll buy it. That's fine. $10. And she's like, no, don't sell it to him for 10 though. She tries to make him up it to 20. And I was like, oh, I don't want it for 20. And he's like, no, take it for 10. Take it for 10. Don't listen to her. Like, he just wanted it gone. He didn't care if it's worth more. He just wanted the $10 and it gone. And so I think
people overestimate like the amount of people that really care so much what their resale value of their items are. They want to clear out space. They want to get some quick cash back, possibly make a couple thousand if they have enough good stuff.
100,000.
That's why
a couple 100,000 if possible.
I don't feel the fear that you're talking about. Like, oh, you can just take a picture of something. The listing's easy. You know, you still got to ship it. You still got to do all that. There are so many people out there who make so much money that it simply isn't worth their time, even if it was the easiest thing in the world. They would rather just dump it off somewhere. They don't.
No, you're right.
There's plenty of people who make that much money.
Yeah, like Kevin. Okay, so the Quirky Picker Chad said, what is the most money you've ever gotten for something you found for free at a yard sale?
I told it last week or 2 weeks ago, I think. Actually, I had a pretty good one recently. One of them was the Dungeons and Dragons figures that somebody gave to my kid that I sold.
So you took your kid's action figures and resold them.
He didn't want them.
So for me, it's really hard to say because when you're an addictive shopper with ADHD, everything feels free after about a week. It was all free. I don't think I spent any money on this stuff. It's just here.
That's magic.
Hey, that brings up a great controversial
I don't remember what's
point.
free and what's not free.
I got a tub full of Joyce Meyer media the other day for free, and I think in 4 listings it's going to go for like $120 in 4 separate listings.
Who's Joyce Meyer?
That was free. She's a woman preacher. That apparently
I went the way wrong way. I went the way wrong way on that one. My bad.
Yeah.
But so Dave, when somebody sends you an offer on an item, you don't think to yourself, what did I pay for that before you decide to accept the offer?
I generally can't remember. Watch my videos sometimes. I'm constantly like, I think I paid 5 or 10 or 3 for this.
Would it matter?
Not really.
Back in the days of Dawn painting her furniture and fixing up furniture, we got like dressers and stuff for free on the side of the road. And then she would paint them up, cut them in half, whatever she'd do, and we'd make hundreds of dollars. I mean, she would, and I would help spend it. But I sometimes would spray paint stuff. So
talking to you guys makes me want to have Taco Bell. I have a craving for Taco Bell.
That's because we kind of look like I look like a burrito and Carrie looks like a taco.
We look like we work at Taco Bell.
We need to go on a diet again.
I've been on a diet. I've been on a diet for like 24 hours. And then I ate some popcorn, so I guess I'm off it now.
Popcorn's not that
Dave
bad.
was literally eating popcorn when before. I don't think you were here yet, Kevin, or something. And he was like, "I was doing so good today. Oh, I was doing so good, Karen. Oh."
I did great. I'm like at 1,800, 1,900 calories for the day. I'm pretty proud of that. So
yeah, if you stop now, you would be good. I've only had
Michelle
one
Russo
meal, I think, today. So
love the podcast. A way to kill an hour and a half with non-informative but funny humor.
There we go.
Did you have to say funny humor?
No. Yeah,
okay.
I mean, wow. No,
okay,
let's just
grammar
belittle
police.
the viewers
again.
Let's
belittle the people who support
Kevin.
us.
Michelle, I love you, Michelle.
Hey, okay, so
pandering,
Craig McLaughlin, if we're going to be like
pandering.
the challenge of the comments.
You guys rip on people all the time.
Yeah, but we
Kevin,
do it
we
with
love
love
everyone.
and respect.
We love everyone.
Okay? We love everyone.
Thumbs up, buddy.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs
You're right,
up,
Kevin. You're right.
Why are you thumbs up?
Grams is out there typing a
know he did.
Well, you were the one that was pretty aggressive.
I gave her credit. She was like, she was self-introspective and looking at, have you ever done anything? I've done things I've regretted.
Carrie, what's that about?
That's very
Why are you going
too
bald?
aggressive.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Why is that
like
happening?
what I'm seeing
though?
up there. I don't know.
I wonder if I'm going bald.
There's a little pill for that, Carrie.
Oh, there is? I don't need to take all the pills you're taking right now, dude.
Dave, this stems from something you briefly mentioned in a recent bonus episode. Question is for all three of you. If you still had to use social media to make a profit, but could no longer do any of the current things you do, what area would you pivot towards?
I'm confused. To make a
doesn't
profit?
Take much. So I think what he's saying is you have to switch niches on YouTube. Where do you go?
To make a profit?
To make your living.
Mean to make money?
Your living.
To make
your
money.
living.
Okay. Gotcha.
Gosh.
Yeah. Kevin has no other talents. He's already said this.
I want to do. I was thinking about this when I moved to Florida. Maybe you can join with me.
Actually,
you could do history teaching, Kevin. Okay,
yeah,
I could do history.
You could do history videos,
but it would be a different take, right?
Yeah, it'd be much
it
more
wouldn't
boring.
be straight history because that's boring. It would be implied history on people. But I could also do baseball. I could definitely do baseball videos.
Okay, and Carrie,
instructional videos.
I want to do. I want to like do improv and film it, and then like cut the clips. And like have
do like a fake audience laughing.
So
yeah, that'd be
what
even
you
better.
Do on the inspirational
I would want to
videos?
like be like as creative as possible, or maybe
People
do
love
music.
those,
But I'm not good
Carrie.
enough at music. But
Got junk in our trunk. Said Carrie can cure cancer with his motivational moments. Total respect. I don't know if that seems appropriate, but
I cannot guarantee that.
Vintage Sport Flips is in the house here. He's going live.
Dude, he's blowing up right now.
Going live on Dibdit.
Is he? On what?
He has on
Thursday.
YouTube. He has a 16,000 view video
Friday
from yesterday.
14th. Go check out Vintage Sport Flips. Brings amazing stuff.
Dude, you know why that is? It's because I mentioned him on my Flipper channel.
It's because he found a 1986-87.
You're welcome, Keith. His name's
Keith, you
right?
need to go live on Vintage Sport Flips channel to bring people to Dibdit for us right there, and we'll shout you out.
Yeah,
there,
see, Carrie, that title is completely meaningless to me. 1986-87 Fleer Jackpot.
Just look up Vintage Sports Flips on YouTube and just look at his latest
No, I'm
video.
looking at it. I'm just saying I don't know what that is.
Yeah, do you know what 1986-87 Fleer basketball is, Kevin?
No, we're asking
basketball.
We're asking you. What is it? What's the big deal?
Why is that important?
We don't know.
Certain famous basketball player, just
Shaquille O'Neal?
No.
Michael Jordan? Michael Jackson.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jackson, nice.
Michael Jackson was a good basketball player, actually, though. I assume.
Really?
No.
I assume.
Yeah. Wait, okay. I got to get through these questions. Superhero headquarters. If you had to leave your current state, which state would you move to continue your business, and why? Didn't we talk about this? I feel like
what state would you move to? Yeah, we did this.
Yeah.
Florida. South Carolina. Flippy McFlipperson posts this post of like 4 pretty cool hats, one awesome hat. And he's like, I just dropped in the thrift store on the way to the post office. $1 a piece. Where are they selling hats for $1 these days? I want to see that.
I would go to South Carolina and try to rent a house from like one of those slumlords.
Carrie's literally doing it. Carrie's literally doing this thing, and he's moving to Florida.
I am.
So
you know where I learned that he was a slumlord? Heck and Steve taught me.
Yeah,
that's where I learned.
I learned a lot from him.
What's up with Josh's Whatnot video? He started over on Whatnot, and he posts. I don't understand.
Well, Kevin, you can't just look at thumbnails and titles and expect me and Carrie to be caught up. Like, we're not watching this content. which is not.
Why not?
I'm
That's
watching
your first
freaking
problem.
Breaking Bad.
That's a mistake.
I've been watching sports card videos and One Piece TCG videos.
People that don't consume what they produce, I don't get that.
I watch a lot of eBay videos. I watch like flipper videos. I don't watch picker videos. I don't need to see you suck at yard selling. I already do that myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I watch all of it.
I've been to plenty of yard sales. I know what they look like.
I still like it.
I don't want to leave Florida. That's my answer.
So
no
he
one
started
cares,
over
but I
on
don't want to
whatnot.
move to Florida.
My guess
Kevin
is
doesn't
that-
ever let me answer the questions. He just changes the topic
It's
when it
just
gets
rude.
to my turn.
Already
I
knew
didn't
the
get to
answer.
answer the last
Everybody
You
one.
knew
interrupt
the
so much, Kevin.
Yeah. Texas, I guess. I don't know.
So go watch this video for me and tell me if I've got it right without watching it. He's starting over on whatnot to prove that it's not a fluke, it's not luck, it just takes, dedication. Is he hiding the channel? Is he not letting people
how is he going to get away with that? Is he going to have a voice modulator? Is he going to have somebody else selling the stuff?
Did he sell out like Dave did to do that ad about bringing people over and giving them that money to start, or giving them that automatic? I bet that's what that video is.
I did not like when Dave did that. That was wrong.
But it was funny, the responses he get. It was pretty funny.
Josh got?
Yeah. That people, he's like, there's no way you
Josh is at the point of YouTube that, like, I don't know if there's anything he can do for certain people to be right. They're just going to find, like they do with you, Kevin. Like, but the only difference is with, like, Josh, he doesn't do as much obvious bad stuff. Like you, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. It's like, which thing do I want to focus on that he's doing horribly? But, like, with Josh, he's trying. He's doing
well, Dave said that he's not loved.
Who's
what
not
he told
loved?
me. He says people don't
Dave,
like
do you
him.
not
That's
feel,
why they
do you not feel loved, Dave?
sign him up for terrible websites.
Listen, Resell to Ride said, how would your style of reselling change if you won a large lottery jackpot, like more than $1 million after tax? I'd flip houses.
More than $1 million.
I'd flip houses.
Would you?
I would.
Yeah.
Because you've got the skills. See, I would never do that.
I could do a lot of the work on my own. My
because
dad could work with
it.
me. Yeah, I would do house flipping. That'd be fun.
I could see Dave out there in July doing yard work.
I would immediately call Kevin and talk to him about what the heck I should do.
Yeah.
Because what I'd want to do is get into cards more, and that hasn't. I mean, that's what I'd want to.
You would want to blow it all on cards.
I'm not blowing my money on cards.
Buying an annuity is a terrible decision, but for Carrie,
yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it literally do not know what an annuity is. So sure.
To make sure you're given enough money to survive.
Oh, like where they just give you money.
They disperse it over the next 30 years.
No,
that's right. Stress.
That's probably smart. I like that.
I like that too. It's just like money just rolls in, but he just
Matt's
spent it all
profit
on
pursuits would have been awesome if you showed Kevin the motivational videos live, so we could see his reaction. I laughed. I laughed
you watch
hard.
Him? What did you think of that weird, creepy Paul's merch one?
Dude.
Paul's merch.
Dude, Dave, yours was terrible. I mean, I
want
well,
Paul's
you
merch
forgot
stuff.
one of Brian's, so I had to just do one sitting at my desk.
I want my goal for Paul's merch, because I'm thinking that this is like a Dune-like trilogy. I want it to get more metaphysical and more out there every time, to the point where, like, I hope when we're together hanging out, Dave, like, we're hiring actors that are dressed up in, like, Blue Men outfits, like they're from the Blue Men group, and we're just, like, we're going, I don't know, like, I want it to be very cult-like.
Can you acknowledge, or maybe I'm wrong, can you acknowledge, because I don't think you heard me, that you did not do a second Brian Big and Fun video?
Yeah, Dawn did point out, because I did not watch the end, that you mentioned that, and then you did it. And
did you really fail, or did I lose it?
I think I don't think I did not do a second Brian Big and Fun one, and he knows why.
Does he? You've got beef. You've got beef. Okay.
No, I forgot. I did like 15 of them.
How do you forget Brian, though?
Brian,
I always forget Brian. I don't know why.
We actually forgot him when we met.
I haven't met him in person, have I?
Because I don't think he's a member at that level anymore. Is he?
Dave, I got a lot of respect for you and all your talents, but you don't even compare to Carrie.
It was last minute, like something had to happen, otherwise Brian would attack us.
Yeah, so. you could have done something funny though. You just did a serious one, kind of. It was like,
dude, it had to be out. It was like an hour before it was time to publish that sucker.
See, that's what I like about like our synergy as a group. Like, everybody knows that they got a cover for me last second, and I accept that. Yeah, and I appreciate it.
And I was like, oh, I could message Carrie, but I won't get it for 2 weeks.
You would get it probably like 2 weeks from now. I
don't even know if Brian's a Patreon at all anymore.
I feel bad if he's like mad at me and just left.
Maybe
Patreon.
he probably left Patreon because of you, Carrie. Wow.
I
Billy
feel
Flipper's
bad.
still a Patreon though. That's
Did you just do an Owen Wilson wow?
Wow.
Orange Power
Wow.
222. Kevin, when you were in Dave's thumbnail, no lie, I thought you were going to be in the video, and I got extra excited. Sorry, Dave. Love your video.
Clickbait, baby.